that he isn't going to be here. So, um, I don't remember if he said anything last time or not. It could have just been one of those things where he found out, oh, I got to work late tonight or something too. So, but that's okay. We have everybody else here. Um, Mostly last session was just a brawl. There was a little bit of like I think travel to get here, but not much. Like you guys had to camp one night pretty much, and um, you guys saw this fort. It's kind of it was up on a hill. Like you guys are kind of at the end of this valley that you guys were traveling through the last couple of days.
Mhm.
Um, I have it marked on my. Just make sure I'm right and my notes aren't missing, skipping a day or something, or missing a day. But I have it as you guys got to Shepherd's Rock on the 15th and Assault of the Fortress on the 18th. Does that sound
Mhm.
right? Um, Otherwise, I got to go back and listen to VODs. I'm just going to go with that, and pretty sure that's right though. And
Mm.
yeah, so it's kind of on this hill. You're still in like desert terrain, so there wasn't really any good way to like get to it without being seen. And so that's kind of what ended up happening. Is you guys, you know, moved towards it, trying to be as sneaky as possible in the limited terrain you had, but you did get spotted. They started shooting arrows at you. You guys had to like climb up over the walls, um, using like either magic or like a grapple shot with a rope tied to it that um Razok had. And eventually you guys did manage to win. A couple of you guys got downed, but um yeah, after kind of like running around a bit, you guys managed to take everyone out. Um and that's kind of where we left off. We didn't do any actual exploration of the inside of the fort, or any like looting of bodies or any of that stuff. So that's kind of where we're leaving or where we're picking up here.
All right.
And I think some of you guys are like really badly hurt, but I think like Billy went around and healed some people. So Billy with the wand.
Yeah, I have a wand too. I was healing myself before the end of last session, but I was gonna go to Shazra and start healing.
Okay.
I'm going to, assuming the health is right in here, I'm gonna heal Vandir some more.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Let's start looting these freaking bodies.
Okay, looks like another 15 for Vandir. How's that leave you?
What was the total E-foot?
I was gonna wait until
Oh, until he's done.
yeah, so they
Okay.
don't get mixed
I
up.
saw that
Let me
you
do like
had
a couple more for
a
Vandir.
couple.
Well, Aoife did some heals on herself too
Okay.
last session, so those are probably what those rolls were.
Oh, what are these rolls? Do one more here. Oh,
So the 3 on down?
yeah, so it's another 12, 13.
That's good enough.
Okay. Okay, I'm done.
Ah, that's something I should have done. I should have made a bunch of stuff to put in the loot sheet, but I did not. That's all right. All right. So yeah,
23 for you so far, Shazra.
Thing.
What's your HP pool?
My total HP.
Mhm.
Look. I accidentally just set 0.
oh no.
I'm missing 20. So no, I'm missing 37 health.
Gotta love those ones and twos.
That should be enough. I'm not like
17? Okay.
low with all that. I'm up to, let's see. That's 47, and I had 4 more rounds. My fast healing anyway, so I'm up to 51. That's not terrible. I'm not gonna
Um, I'll
fall
heal
over.
more. There's no reason not.
I'm glad that you know how to use
There you go. 10 more.
expended. Thank you. eFoot knows how to put consumable items to use.
Oh, hell
There
yeah,
were
I do.
so many people in my academy who were stingy about the consumption of magical items.
I suppose also that Gonkul and Laszlo will make their way in now that the coast is clear.
In fact, eFoot, I wrote a pretty darn good thesis titled Magic Item Charges Have No Use When You're Dead.
Wow. So you're a writer too.
Well, you have to if you're going to be an academy. Plus,
Oh.
like, I have this spell book in which I've like written my spells into.
I bet there's no goblins in that academy.
No, probably not. As far as I know, many goblins don't like writing. But you are not most goblins.
Writing is hard. And kind of scary sometimes.
I understand that as a normal goblin sentiment.
So in terms of like what you find on like the combatants that you just fought, most of the stuff they have is just mundane gear. However, the leader that you were like dueling with that had a great sword, that great sword has a magic aura, and um, Shazra, your sword like right kind of recognizes. He says, "This is a cheap imitation of our work."
A cheap imitation of our work, eh? Well, let's just see how cheap it is.
Okay, so
Nice
you
and roll.
spellcraft it.
Yeah, I want to spellcraft. Not that I would consider using it. Eisenroll is a pretty powerful here.
You should do it whenever you want to make your sword jealous.
It's too bulky. The great swords are basically just giant wedges. There's no finesse involved with them.
Nah. But it makes you look badass.
Mm. I don't have the right kind of hair.
That could change.
Okay, so you identify that this is effectively a +1 Divinity Bane greatsword.
Oh.
And what I mean by Divinity Bane is that if you are fighting a deity or someone that uses divine magic, it gets the Bane properties. So if you're fighting a cleric or a druid or something, it'll also trigger
Ah,
on those.
that what a delicious fucking enhancement on it. I really should just find a way to strip this item's enchantment, add it to my own.
And
Seems like work.
Azenral will also explain as well. Says this is sort of similar to the weapons that Aradel and I helped create, but it doesn't seem to be built out of the proper material. It's a imperfect version of it.
What kind of material is it made out of? Can we tell?
It looks like just some kind of mundane steel, right? Just of a fine class.
It looks like it's some sort of alloy that you don't recognize. Like not it's not just normal steel, but yeah, it's very similar.
Hmm,
Maybe it
fair.
has some other like rare stuff in it, but just from looking at it, I don't know, do you have like a knowledge skill that would help you identify that perhaps? Maybe a praise in a
Mm,
pinch?
Yeah,
alright.
I do have a praise actually.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, you can't
I rolled
tell.
a one.
Um Billy can recognize like some of it, but you can tell that there is something like unusual. Like there's a metal that you've never seen before that seems to be partially making up the alloy, but um, you're not exactly. It's not something you've seen before, except. Um, actually, I think you guys have seen it one other time. You've seen something that was very similar to this. Um, well, actually, of course, it does. It looks sort of similar to the what Eisenroll itself is made out of. But also, if you guys remember way um, back very early on, you guys did helped like Gonquil and Laszlo with like a ritual
The
to
Patriarch vision.
yeah, where they saw Pedriarch like inside the volcano there, and he made like a weapon. This looks like you kind of see, especially having um like having Eisenroll like right there, that there it does look kind of similar.
Okay.
Okay. So like an impure or like a
Yeah, like
lesser alloy of that.
maybe like an alloy, but it doesn't have the right like what's the word I'm looking for? Not the right like proportions.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, I could never use this. It's much too big for me.
Ha!
Yeah, it is a if even nobody can use it, it's you could sell it probably. Someone someone who really hates I mean it'd sell fine in Rahadoom, right?
Probably.
They don't like clerics.
So what kind of weapon is this?
It's a great sword, +1 enhancement bonus,
Wow.
and Bane versus divine casters um or against divinity. So if you're fighting a demigod or like a herald, it'll also trigger on those.
Mm,
Heralds heralds demigods and clerics basically are like what it'll trigger verse.
Mm-mm. Does anyone in the party use big two-handed weapons like that?
Nope, not me.
Closest you guys have I think is Vander who uses an elven curve blade.
I think Razok is capable of using it.
Yeah, he's primarily a bow guy, but I mean, I don't know what does he have
But he
for
could hold it, right? Like he could swing it.
I think so. He's got like he's a dex based character because he's an archer, but he does also have 16 strength for like a composite longbow. So theoretically it could be like a backup weapon for him.
Yeah, I think
But
maybe we
on
just
the other
hold it.
hand, it is a it is Bane against himself, which is kind of funny. Doesn't stop you from using it though, like obviously, but I was using a human Bane rapier with a
As a
human
human, yeah.
in
I
the
hate
Sunday
people
game.
like me.
And there's a lot of rangers that have favorite enemy human that are also human.
I don't know, I guess my thought is maybe we just hold it and see if when Grim's here next time, we
Um,
want it.
you
Unless
also do find
yeah.
some magic items on that wizard that Razok killed back in the back of the fort, basically. Um, Razok would tell you that because he was the only one that saw this. When he ran back there, he saw this guy trying to use a scroll, and he killed him while he was trying to use it. The scroll obviously is magic.
He saved our
Um,
loot.
he did, yes. Um, and there's actually like four other scrolls over there as well that look
Uh,
like they're identical.
well, as a spontaneous caster, I have like a billion cantrips for some reason, and I do
Hmm.
have read magic prepared, so I can read those.
Okay. These are all five of these are scrolls of sending.
Oh, he's trying to send a
Useful.
message.
Hmm.
Okay, and then how many magic item? Guess I'll move back there. This guy.
On this wizard,
Yeah, how many magic auras if I detect magic?
um, he actually only has um, he actually only had two other magic auras besides the scrolls on him.
Okay.
What you end up finding are potions.
I will try and identify them.
I think even with a
Even with
19,
two ones.
yeah, I think even with the 19, you still identify them because it is just these are just potions of mage armor.
GM, we just rolled 3 ones in a row. You forgot to
Interesting.
turn off your one button.
It's pretty good odds of that happening, rolling three ones in a row.
Yeah,
Yeah, so they're both there's two potions of mage armor as well. I think that one actually can put in the loot sheet if you'd like, because
sure.
it's
I think
that one's
There
actually
wasn't
on the
any
sheet.
spell book.
There was actually a spell book as well, but it's not magical.
I
oh,
am going to still take the spell book, peruse it.
say I can't add spells, right? That's not how that works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. But
Okay.
I can, or I can just copy them. I can just
This
use this spell book.
Yeah, this looks like a pretty uh simple spell book. It only has up to level 2 spells. Um and I can get you a list of those if you'd like.
Sure.
I could probably that's one I'll probably just make as a loot item because I can type it into there and then you can just grab it. Actually, hold on.
Would anyone in our party even use mage armor besides me?
I mean,
The thing that's awkward about it is it's a potion of mage armor, which is
Yeah, so it's
it's
super short.
really yeah, it's only an hour.
I'm currently using mage armor because I can't get my
Right.
hands on
But the
like
thing is you guys are at the
mithril.
level
That's what.
now where you guys can just cast it with a single slot and it lasts you all day. So a
Yeah.
potion of mage armor is
Yeah,
not as
try to sell
useful.
it.
Yeah.
Maybe if
That's what I was
somebody
wondering. Yeah,
dispels it or like you end up having a fight in the middle of the night or something like that, so you don't have your all day mage armor because middle of the night, then maybe having it
but for
could be
someone like me,
nice.
I can just use another first level slot to cast it. So yeah, for me, not important. I guess is what I was getting at.
Maybe I will just put it in chat. Okay, so yeah, it has all the standard wizard cantrips.
Okay.
Plus a handful of other spells I'm typing up in chat for you right now.
Is disintegrate a cantrip?
No, but it does have acid splash, which is sort of like disintegrate if you think hard enough. Actually, if you don't read it, close enough, it's like disintegrate.
Okay. Acid disintegrates. Yeah.
Acid splash is better than disintegrate because it doesn't
It's
allow
not
spell
affected by
resistance,
SR.
and they
Yeah.
don't get a save.
Wow.
Pretty good. If you think about it, if you disintegrate and you hit a rogue that has twist away, it does no damage. But I guess it staggers in that case, so I don't know, not the worst, I suppose.
Wait a minute.
Hmm.
So I still see there's a +1 scimitar there in loot. Is that correct?
I think so. I don't remember where it was from,
And a
but
robe of infinite twine.
yes, I do remember the robe of infinite twine being loot that you guys earned at
And
some
nobody
point.
wants that +1 scimitar, huh?
That sounds like a Vandir item, maybe, but
+1 scimitar, no.
you don't want the Divine Bane Greatsword.
No, I definitely don't think he does.
No.
The
Uh,
dex-based character too, like, so he needs to have
Is
something.
that
I have to use
greatsword
my Elven
somewhere?
Curve Blade.
I don't think we ever had an item created for it.
Yeah, I didn't make an item for the great sword, so whoever takes it, I mean, I can make it later. I can just put it. I can write it down in my notes.
All I'm saying is, like, I'm a little bunny, so I'm not taking any of the weapons. You guys got to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to take the sword. I'll hold on to the scimitar if no one else wants it.
Um,
As like a backup weapon.
Yeah, just in case. At next level, I get the ability to just teleport my blade to me.
That'll be nice.
So yeah, becomes much more disarm.
you know what?
Um,
I'll just throw the sword in my handy haversack then, if no one wants it.
okay.
Which one?
The Divine Bane.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me know if I need to make a item for it.
Nah, I'm just gonna type real quick. It's not gonna actually function because I'm not sure we're
Yeah, I
actually
mean, if
gonna use
nobody's
it.
actually going to use it, then you don't need to. You just
+1. Yeah. Divine Bane Greatsword. If someone wants to use it, they have to make the item.
I'll just hold on to this robe
yeah.
too.
And if you guys look around some more, you do find you do also find an armory that
Ooh.
Yes.
has it has a lot. Most of what's there is like just regular weapons that they are in good shape. There's like tons of spears, tons of daggers, swords, crossbows, lots of bolts. But there are also a handful of more of these weapons that you recognize are made of the same material. This Divinity Bane weapons.
Wow.
So there's material for this stuff.
There's actual weapons there.
Oh, okay. So that function just like this greatsword.
Correct.
Okay.
Is there anything you particularly want? Because if so, we can do what we're going to do is there's going to be percentage chance that the weapon that you want is there. So, well, if you want, for example, an Elven Curve Blade, Divinity Bane, we can roll a percentage to see if that's one of the weapons you guys get there.
Is this
Okay,
for each of us
what
or
would
just one?
If anybody else has a weapon they want as well, like we'll roll a percentage, see if it's there, and then I already. Otherwise, it's going to be like pretty generic stuff. But
okay, say that again, the modifier.
Divine
so
Bane.
it's just a +1 with Divine Bane. So Divine Bane basically means if you're fighting a cleric, a demigod, or like a herald. Most of the time, it's going to be coming up when you're fighting somebody with divine magic. So a cleric, an oracle, something like that. Technically, if you fight Razok, you would get you get the
Or
Bane bonus
me.
with it. No, you're not a divine caster.
Oh wait, no, I'm a psychic. Oh, I was thinking I was an
Yeah.
oracle in this game. Why am I dumb?
A light crossbow.
Okay. Well, actually, it has to be something that's made out of metal. So you wouldn't find a crossbow in that case. You would find bolts.
Bolts?
You would
Okay.
find divine bane bolts potentially, though.
Should I roll?
Yep, higher is good for you. Nope, no
Eh.
divine bane bolts.
Bolts, like for a crossbow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe there's just a crossbow here for you, Efoot.
Well, there are regular crossbows. Maybe even a masterwork crossbow, but you can't make it's a metal, so you can't like a metal crossbow doesn't
Doesn't
really impart the
bend.
properties the way that that you would want it to. So that's why it's bolts in that case, because the tips of them. So yeah, Ron, if you want to roll a percentage to see if one of these is an elven curve blade.
They just happen to have one.
Yeah, I mean that's why they're making it a percentage roll.
Yeah, sure.
And if it's a high roll, then I'm not gonna tell you what the high roll percentage you're looking for is. That's not a high roll, so unfortunately, not you don't get one. But you already have a magic one, right? Like a
Yeah.
just a +1.
Mhm.
So this would have been a slight upgrade situationally. But anybody else have anything they're interested in potentially getting? Otherwise, I'm just gonna say what the
I'm trying to think if there's like any possible thing that would be useful for me.
probably not
I'll take a look for Vander. Maybe he just
Some
missed it.
teeth. Metal teeth.
a 2.
Oh, I
That
almost had an ought.
You would have
Uh,
found that they're all
100%,
elven
yeah.
cross or elven curve blades.
Yeah.
How did we miss this? I mean, yeah, I guess if you want, you can use your percentage roll for like
For
Vander.
an elven curve blade.
Yeah, and be like, I want an elven curve blade too.
Yes, I want an elven curve blade.
Okay, go ahead. Nope, that's an 8.
Oh, I thought it was an 80. Damn it.
No, our rolls are just getting lower and lower.
I mean, I wanted a dwarven axe, so now there's definitely an elven curve blade instead, right? Right?
No. I'm gonna roll to see if there's arrows. No, there's no arrows either.
I
I
was
roll.
thinking of that, like, but telekinetic projectile specifically says you can't do extra damage if you throw a magic thing.
That's what I rolled for Ratsock.
Okay.
I rolled
Nice.
a 1. All right, it's none of that stuff.
Good thing we can do actual percentages for random events or whatever. Random encounters.
All right. Well, you guys find instead are six additional weapons that have this divinity bane on them. Unfortunately, they are 2 daggers, um, 2 short swords, and 1 kukri and 1 longsword.
Wait, 2 dagger, 2 short sword, 1 kukri, or 2?
1 kukri and 1
Oh, you
longsword.
typed. Okay, good.
I
I was
typed
doing
them
that.
out. They're all just a bunch of swords. Swords or daggers, mostly small ones. Probably not terribly useful for anyone, but in terms of being used, well, I don't know. The daggers anybody can use, so the daggers actually aren't too bad just to have as like a backup weapon. These are all
you say anyone can use.
okay. Most anyone can use.
uh,
Do you get that one spell that lets you shoot swords at people? I can't remember what the name of it is, but I don't know if it's on the
hmm,
psychic spell list. Probably not.
I think it's based on the size of the weapon, though. I don't know if the magic properties even apply. And is there not a chance to break it too, or not?
What's the
Maybe
freaking
not.
name of that spell?
I had it on my Magus archer, right?
I think you had it on there. I don't know if you ever cast it really, but
I don't think I ever cast it.
no,
'Cause
I think you maybe used it at least once. And it was kind of funny because like you use it as a material component, and then you're like, I shoot him with my bow, and my bow shoots a sword,
yeah.
which also is funny. It reminds me of like it definitely has like that spell definitely has like a fucking like Fate Stay Night kind of image to it to me. I don't know.
Storm of Blades. Is that it? No. That's create swords. Oh no, it is Storm of Blades. Yeah. Material component sword. Magically propel them at your target. Ranged attack for each sword.
Yeah, it does have the
It
same
does the
threat
same
range,
damage.
critical
Okay.
modifier, and deals the same damage as the sword.
Not on the psychic spell list. Cleric,
Yeah.
Magus, and Sorc Wizard, of course. Alright, well, I appreciate the loot. I regret playing a character that can't use weapons. It's okay though. We don't have like a bag of holding, do we? Only my handy
I don't
haversack.
think so.
Yeah.
I don't.
I thought
Although
you
Trying to look up
did.
what
the
it
plus
has.
side, these are all most of these are fairly small weapons, except for like the longsword. The rest are all short swords, daggers, and kukris, which are all relatively small.
Okay. So inside main pocket can hold 80 pounds of material, and right now it has like just the great sword. So whatever we don't want, I'll throw in there, I think. Oh, actually, it has that masterwork heavy shield. So
Well, these are much more valuable than a masterwork heavy shield, so if that is holding you up, you can
sure.
grab these instead.
I wanted to sled on the shield though,
I think these are worth like 8k or something.
but I can't use these as sleds. Okay, great sword's 8 pounds. Fine. Is someone should take these daggers, right?
I mean, I would if I was one of the players in this game.
What kind of daggers are there?
They're
The
just
Divine
they're
Bane.
just +1 divine bane daggers.
Oh,
There's
then I'll
two of
take
them.
one of them.
Okay.
I feel like maybe Razak would take one,
Or he might. Let's see. He has. What does he
or he
have?
might want like the long sword,
I was thinking the same thing. He might even take the long sword, or the not the long sword, the short sword.
short sword. Okay,
He has a
Wait,
dagger and a short sword actually, so he probably takes either a dagger or a short sword. I'm assuming.
he can take both. I don't.
is it
Oh,
not
actually, we
in the
won't
loot
sell, don't we?
sheet?
No, it's not.
No.
I
Oh,
didn't.
okay.
I was lazy and forgot to make loot.
Oh, dang you. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to assume he takes the short sword because that seems more useful.
Okay. In some ways, it is. In some ways, the daggers are better because they're more versatile. It's a more versatile damage type, but is it slashing or piercing? Whereas the short sword's actually piercing only.
True. I mean, he can take one of each. I don't care.
I mean, me neither. So I'll say Razok took a short sword then for now.
Okay, I'll just hold the
Yeah.
dagger. Maybe if I ever get out of bunny form, maybe I'll wield dagger. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen. Perma bunnied. Okay, so dagger, kukri. No one wants to take the items because they have to create them. That's why I see what's happening here.
Oh.
Maybe.
No, I just it's I'm playing a class and specialization that basically does not ever upgrade their weapons
Yeah, you
That's
you
true.
use
You're playing the
your
Black
weapon
Blade, aren't
upgrades
you?
itself, so
itself. Yeah.
you never use any other weapon the whole campaign.
What's the next one?
Unless, and like I don't know if this is a thing, but like I've looked at ways of like forcing it of dual wielding Magus.
Oh yeah. I feel like there's an archetype that can do it.
I don't think there is. I think it's like they've like strictly made Magus like
Oh,
you
you
need to
know
have
what?
like one hand free.
You know, it might not even be a magus. It might be that spiritualist archetype that gets spell combat and spell strike that I'm thinking of because it has psychic casting.
Probably. Yeah, because like the one thing that's like really hard to get around is that like you need an open hand cast
Yeah,
like spells as a Magus.
Okay, Pluto. So I have.
and I think it even specifies that even if you're using a steel spell, they're like, no, you still gotta have a hand free, like in order to do spell combat at least.
Yeah.
You can do spell strike still with like a two-handed or two-weapon fighting build though, because
Yeah.
it doesn't impact spell strike. It just spell
Well,
combat.
like I can do some cheesy things as a tiefling if I have the tail that can like grab like stuff. If it's something if I have like a dagger or something in my offhand, my tail can grab it as a swift action. I can cast a spell and then like put it back in my hand.
Yeah, yeah, and then I think it, like I said, the only thing that it really shuts off um, is spell combat because spell combat just specifically says you have to keep a hand free. Um, but yeah, spell strike though, like I've seen some like stuff where people were talking about like, oh yeah, I did a magus with a great sword.
I guess if nobody's going to take the kukri, I can take it.
Yeah, go for it.
Are you taking that?
Oh,
Okay.
you know what? Actually, there is one two weapon fighting, um, and it's the staff magus.
Oh
You
yeah,
can
with the
do a
staff.
staff magus and do two of them fighting tree on that, and it works fine. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Technically,
I
yeah,
think
that
you
And weapon
still
finish the
can't do
kukri.
the two of them fighting stuff while also doing spell combat. But if you're not going to cast a spell, you can, use your you can get your extra attacks through two of them fighting instead, basically. And you already have, your staff, your double-ended staff out. So,
Okay.
so
So I
beyond
have.
the armory as well, you do find one other thing, which is that there is a like a trap door that leads down to like a
down.
basement, basically.
All right, go.
Which I don't have a map per se for, but so assuming you guys venture down there,
Sure.
Yeah, I want to.
okay. And under there, you see there is a dungeon with prisoners inside,
All right. What does this
or
sorry lot look like?
really just one prisoner.
Oh, okay.
Um, and he sees you come down. He moves forward there and recognizes that you're not, his captors.
We are not.
And he says, "Who are you? Have you come to rescue me?"
No, but if you give me a good reason, I'll let you go.
Husa, are you sa?
Don't pay attention to the talking rabbit.
Uh, well,
I'm not the rabbit. I'm the plant.
I'm an agent of the Temple of Sarenrae, and
Oh,
they dragged me out here and have kept me in this dungeon for a long time. I haven't
Oh,
seen the
a
sun.
poor Serenite, huh? What were you what were you doing out here?
Well, I was sent here. They warned me that maybe not that I. They did warn us that this might happen, but we were out. Me and some of my companions were out here, and we were checking to make sure that everything was all right after the recent uh, troubles that have been happened in the region.
And did you find anything?
Well, not before the Pure Legion captured us, and would hear nothing of our reasons. They just assumed that we were here to proselytize or something. But we know we were just checking on to make sure that that there weren't any undead terrorizing them from the pyramids that fell out of the sky.
Pyramids that fell out of the sky.
Yeah, surely you've heard of it.
No, enlighten me.
Pyramids were flying all over the place in Osirian and places that used to be part of the Assyrian Empire.
Ooh.
That does sound pretty important, but maybe not relevant to why we're here. You
I
didn't find
see.
anything out about a dragon?
No.
Because we're pretty sure that the Pure Legion are being manipulated by a very powerful worm.
Oh, that sounds very strange. What is the dragon? What would he be? What is his goals then? What is he trying to get the Pure Legion to do?
Oh, he's just trying to destroy the gods.
That's awful news.
It's more
Indeed, it
like
is.
insane, not gonna happen.
Yeah, you're probably right. If
Well,
someone like that was, I don't think something like that would be a threat to a warrior as powerful as Sarenrae.
But some of the lesser deities might have a chance to fall.
what? I for a moment you had me there. I thought you were gonna say for a moment the lesser deities might succeed, and I was like, God, no. No, Saren Ray is definitely. She may be considered a intermediate deity, but she definitely is strong in her own right. Otherwise, Asmodeus wouldn't have, you know, had her as an ally.
Well, can you let me out? I need to get back to the Temple of Sarenrae. Tell them what happened here.
Show us your holy symbol.
I don't have my holy symbol. The Pure Legion confiscated it from me.
I'm gonna sense motive. Do I think that this guy's been truthful with us?
Yeah, you can try and go find it.
Uh, you don't sense any. The only thing you sense from it is kind of like of desperation, but
Okay.
yeah, you don't think he's lying to you.
Hmm.
Let's let him out.
I'm fine with letting him go.
I am also fine,
But
although
do
I wish you would
under
help
one
us.
condition. Yeah, I'd like you to talk to your upper clergy about this potential dragon problem and see if they would, send more people to investigate or to help out.
Um, okay, I can bring it up, I suppose, to bring it up when I return to oh shit, what's the name of the capital of Assyrian? Sothis. When I return to
Yeah,
Sothis.
that sounds like it's gonna take an awful long time.
Gonquil pipes up and says I can get him to Sothis very quickly.
Do you
Okay.
have the ability to teleport? That's
That
right, you do.
yeah.
And don't just take our word. Talk to Gonkul or someone, more
I actually
respectable.
take it back.
What
I'm
what's
kind
wrong
of
with
low.
our word?
We're just adventurers.
We also defeated all these pure legion.
That is true. We did do that. You haven't seen. We did. By the way, we defeated all the Pure Legion here.
Pretty sure they're all dead.
Uh, I'm
Sorry.
I'm a little sad to hear that, but at the same time, they weren't exactly nice to me either.
Yeah, they
And
attacked
Saren
us.
Ray teaches that I should hope that they can be redeemed.
They've been redeemed by steel.
Well, that is also a tenet of Saren Ray. Sometimes it is necessary,
Mm-hmm.
especially if they are knowingly helping this dragon
I
destroyer
don't
with
think
the
they're
gods.
knowingly helping them.
Some of the upper people might be doing it knowingly. I
They're
mean,
they're
their goals
pretty
are
rigid
similar.
though.
Like they want no religion. Dragon wants to destroy the gods. They're pretty aligned.
Gonkel says, "Well, we need to look around here a little bit more, but I will teleport you to Sothis after we do that, and let's find some keys to get him out of here."
Mm-hmm.
We have to use keys.
Well, you might be able to just bend the bars or pick the lock or something too, but he's in a dungeon. Like you guys are talking to him through.
A jail cell.
Yeah, you guys are talking to him from outside his jail cell. But the keys are not hard to find. There's like a ring of them, like down here, just on the
Excellent.
like in a different part of the dungeon. They're like on a key ring there, basically. Um,
I
Probably
try and use
also
my
there would have
mage
been
hand
one
to bend
on.
the bars, and it doesn't work.
Yeah, probably also
Okay.
there's like a key, like a set, some keys for it that the general you guys fought would have had as well. You guys might have found as well. Um, I really only talked about his sword that he had, but there's some other stuff that she had as well. Um, but yeah, so you guys get this Saren right out of there.
All right. Yeah, get him out.
And he tells you that his name is Farden.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. I'm Shazra. You may remember that.
I will certainly give your name to the to my superiors in Sothis. If this is threat is as serious as it sounds to me, they might even send some of our greatest champions here.
Oh, no need for that.
I think,
No.
like I said, it's been pretty rough over in Assyria, and no, it's only
Yeah,
been
I'm sure they're needed elsewhere.
it's only been a couple years since those pyramids were flying in there, and a bunch of undead were roaming around. Sometimes you still run into the enclaves of them, and the pyramids all, even though they crashed into the ground, stuff still lurks in some of them.
Why would a pyramid fly in the first place?
Well, according to um, a member of my church named Rahim, he says that a former pharaoh of Assyrian um, had been like released or brought back to life somehow through like his I can't remember the details, but somehow he came back and he was trying to reconquer Osirian and bring back the glory of his empire from the old days of Osirian before the Kelishite invasion.
Well, this does sound interesting. Although, again, a I'm afraid this has nothing to do with what with us, but I wish you luck on that,
Yeah.
on your
It
undead
was
droid.
quite an ordeal. I think you probably could make a 6-book adventure path out of it.
Wow. Did you hear that? 6 whole books.
So yeah, do you guys if you guys continue, would you guys like to roll a perception check to kind of
Yeah.
search the rest of this fort for like other stuff, I guess.
Okay.
Sure, I'll roll that.
I will sift through.
Go looking through all the other rooms and the rest of this like underground part of it as well.
I get distracted by mundane things.
Well, Billy rolled a decent roll. Billy, you find kind of like posted like a little notice kind of posted inside one of these sleeping areas that has like where you think like the general like the regular troops would mostly go. Like it's got a bunch of like yeah, anyway, so there's like a notice basically posted kind of like by the one of the exits, and it says like um do not go further towards the footlands. Those runes are haunted.
Ooh.
But what?
Wow. We're definitely
If
not gonna go
you
there.
those who wander too close should not expect to be rescued.
Is this a warning for the Pure Legion?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
This seems like
Oh
it's
God,
warning the Pure Legion, like, yo, when you guys go out patrolling, don't go there. Like that's do not go to those runes.
goodness.
That's
I
where
ain't afraid of no
Pedriarch's
ghosts.
been at.
They're
I
using
ain't afraid of no
scare
bed.
tactics on themselves. These guys will believe anything you tell them.
You don't believe in ghosts?
No, I believe that they exist. In fact, I've researched specters and such like that. Basically, need magic to destroy them. But I'm certain that there's something important that the higher ups just don't want the rank and file soldiers to know about. Wherever this is.
Oh. Are you saying we should go?
I
I
think we
think we
should
should.
go.
But it says don't go.
Yeah, well, we're not gullible idiots.
But nobody will rescue us.
No one will rescue us anyways.
They'll just send
What?
a search party for us.
Be careful of that though, because eventually, if that search party gets in trouble, they're gonna have to want to send a second search party.
Oh no.
And we know what happens after that. It's all search
If things
parties.
go bad, I will escape and I will send a search party after you guys.
No, you're missing the point. Yeah, at some point you have to stop sending search parties, or the whole world will be destroyed. They'll all go as search parties. This is shit. This is the terrible fate that Frand was worried about.
Yeah.
I'm just referencing all the old campaigns, I guess.
Can't reference Mantis's game.
Not yet, but I'll find a way.
Okay, so we want to check that out. Did we find any other loots or anything in the fort stronghold?
Well, there are a lot of like general goods here as well. Like
Like rations and
like
stuff. For sure,
rations
food.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
I
Yep,
would
I'd take some.
say, yeah, I would take enough for just like, for us to have some for our party, but nothing like, oh, we're gonna get so much to sell. But then can I just do like an appraise check of those general goods and see if there's anything that's like actually valuable? Which I don't know, probably.
Nothing's standing out to you as being particularly valuable, like in terms of gold per pounds.
Yeah.
We just need
Okay.
to sell these these Divinity Bane weapons. I need to get myself a mithril breastplate.
Yeah, I mean, if
I'm
you find
trying
someone to
for
buy
one.
them, that's definitely going to get you up to wealth by level. Because I'm guessing right now you guys are mostly below wealth by level, but this will give you probably
Probably.
give you a pretty good cash infusion.
Yeah, I'm pretty low on wealth actually. I have like a headband plus one cloak and plus one armor
If
bracer.
anybody else would like to roll
So,
appraise, they can see if there's any
Yeah,
other value
sure.
to be.
Appraise?
Yes, to see
for
if
the general
for
goods.
the general goods you guys are finding here. Okay,
Sure.
that's a good roll. Ooh, that's a
Not as
Sounds like
very
good
good
as
roll.
someone
mine.
will
Get
find
out
it.
of here. I push Efoot aside.
No.
Hey.
Okay, you do find some like you do find that there are some like fine in like one of the rooms. It's like an officer's room basically. You think that there's like some fine like linens in there that are particularly valuable. You think you could probably sell them the collection for like 1,000 gold
Oh. Okay.
between like a couple of different officer basically. Um but yeah, otherwise that's it. But still that's an extra 1,000 gold of
Or I could just make
trade goods
Efoot look a
basically.
lot nicer with all these linens.
What? I have a hat of disguise. I can look as
Well,
nice as I want to.
these are mostly like linen bed sheets and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But
You gonna make me a toga? Is that
so
what
I
you're
guess
gonna do?
there's probably some nice like dress uniforms perhaps or something there too. But most of these are like fancy sheets basically.
Man, I'm not like that desperate to just pull the sheets off of a bed and sell them.
Yeah, I don't care for that
I'm not gonna
either.
carry these around myself either.
Okay.
I'll put them in the handy haversack.
Mm,
How heavy?
Uh
look at this
Not
rabbit
super
looting
heavy.
everything.
Okay.
Probably you
I'll
can
put
get
them in the
them
handy haversack.
probably like I don't know, like 10 pounds worth of them. They're made
Okay.
out of like very, very fancy, maybe even slightly enchanted silk.
I
Okay.
care so little about these linens that no one else should. I'll just light them on fire.
Nope.
Billy's like, no, no,
No, I
throw my
need these
body on them.
for my future house.
I
And they're like, you're a rabbit. You don't even block them at
prestidigitate the
all.
fire to put it out or something before he can set it. Like he lights a match or
You
something.
can't prestidigitate fire, but you can create water and put it out.
Well, not exactly, because
No, I'm just using spark.
can
Spark. Just light it on fire. It's the snap of my fingers.
um.
but yeah,
Hmm.
otherwise you don't find anything in particular
If you're really
value.
doing that, I'm gonna have to look for a way to counter it because I already added it and I'm not gonna delete it now.
You can take it if you want it.
Yeah. I'm putting them in my handy haversack. If nothing else, I can make some fancy clothes out of it for me.
Sure, for a rabbit.
Yeah,
Exactly. No,
why
I mean
not?
nothing fits. I have to make my own clothes, anyways.
You're not even wearing clothes.
Am I not? I thought we found like some fancy clothes earlier. I forget though because I didn't write it down.
I don't
I
recall
mean,
the rabbit.
you're wearing a tiny little backpack.
True.
Right, but that's not
I thought we
clothes.
found fancy clothes earlier, and they happen to have some like dog clothes or something that somewhat fit.
Mm.
I vaguely remember something like that happening, actually.
But I didn't write it down for some reason. I don't know why. Anyways, after this, I will definitely have such clothing.
Yes, you gotta have a noble's outfit, but sized for a rabbit.
Yes.
And be like, I am the most
Why don't you
noble of
just become a
rabbits.
tailor?
That's his next level up. He's gonna put background into craft clothes or something.
There you
It's
go.
not a bad
Just
idea.
carry a sewing machine with you.
He's
That
Okay.
way you can make all the linen outfits you want.
I don't have any problem with the rabbit wearing clothes, but you will stand out more if you are wearing a rabbit wearing clothes.
I'm not gonna wear them if we're trying to be inconspicuous in town.
so Gonkel, Laszlo, and this priest are gonna teleport to Sothis.
All right.
Bye, Laszlo. Bye, Guncool. Bye, random priest.
Wait, maybe can Laszlo sell things while while he's there for me?
Sure.
Uncle,
Yeah.
can you sell some things for me?
Oh, so, wait, hang on. You're saying I added all these things to my handy haversack for nothing?
I'll keep him in there for now because
It's gonna take time.
yeah, you're not gonna
That's
get money
stupid.
from him right away. But yeah, he'll take stuff
Okay.
from him.
Can I put stuff back in the loot sheet?
You can. So what you got to do is I think there's a button next to your
There
thing
you
that says
go.
gift
Figured
it,
it out.
and you just
Do
hit
you want me
gift
to do
to, and
that?
then tell it to go to the loot sheet.
I can't do that from my handy haversack.
You can't gift stuff from your handy haversack.
No, there's no gift button.
What?
I can copy, so I could copy it and paste it, I think.
Huh. I mean, I think you could do that as well. So
Or I guess I can take from container, then gift. So do you want me to put the stuff in the loot sheet for what we're selling?
sure.
That's what
Okay.
I did. I'm selling those 2 magic items, the puzzles of it are in the robe.
I guess we'll sell the masterwork heavy shield. My sled.
Oh.
Okay, how'd I do? Work.
They also say I'm not sure if we should teleport back here when we're done or not, though. I'm expecting that you'll move on, and also more pure legion soldiers will eventually
We
come.
can, but you're in luck because we have 5 scrolls of sending.
Ah, yes.
And we can simply tell you
Tell
where
us,
we are
tell
and where
you
to
where you
go.
are. Okay.
By the way, who has the 5 scrolls of sending?
Not I.
Nope, neither.
All
I
right,
don't
I'm
think
gonna
anybody's
take
grabbed
them.
them yet. Sending's on the Magus spell list, though, right?
I don't know.
Actually, I'm not sure if it is now I think about it. Whoops.
It is not, but
Is it on the psychic list?
oh.
You know whose spell list it's on is
It has to be a bard spell, right?
nope, but
Sword wizard?
it is a war priest spell.
So Vander?
What?
No, Razok.
It's
Oh,
not.
Razok is a war priest. Okay.
Yeah, he's a war priest. If he's multi-class, he's war priest and ranger, but
The sending spell does not say it's on the war priest list.
that's because the war priest list is the cleric list.
Cleric, yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's
Yeah,
the cleric
it
spell
only
list.
goes up to level
Added level 6.
But
Okay.
yeah, it's the cleric spell list.
Okay.
Alright, well, I'm okay with just putting it on Razok for now.
Okay.
Would you mind adding that, Pluto, so we don't lose it? Otherwise, one of us can add it and we can give it to him.
I can do that. Just gotta open Razok's character sheet here. I guess I could also been like Razok goes with them to Sothis, but I'm not gonna do that because then like we end up in a spot where he's not with you guys. He's in Sothis like the beginning of the next session. I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
So I won't do that. I'll just have him be like doing what Laszlo and um Laszlo and Gonquil did last session, where it's like he's there, but he doesn't actually do anything. He's doing something off screen.
He's being rebellious. I'm not gonna help you. He's mad at us.
He's mad at you.
Yeah.
He says, "I've never forgiven you for that time where you sold a bunch of souls to the hag that killed my mom."
He was like kind of okay with it though.
I think it was maybe more that the deed was already done, so there's not much you could do about it.
Like Aoife was like protesting. I don't remember anybody protesting with me.
Well, I think
Nah,
I think Grim wasn't there in that session,
he wasn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
so that's yeah. I think he
Also,
was.
I'm a bunny. Like I feel like my fate has been damned, so
Yeah, I got
I don't
4.
care.
Oh, it's 5
Damn, your
souls
whole
pending.
entire identity just revolves around being around a bunny. You're like, I excuse myself from any actions because I'm just a bunny.
I mean, it's a pretty significant part of who I am, and also I can't remember a life before that. So
He's like Tobias from Animorphs. He's just like he's just a bunny now. Even if he gets the power to turn back into his other form, his true form, he'll just be like, "Nah, it's cool. I'm just gonna stay as a rabbit."
maybe.
Like Tobias staying as a hawk, who would
I mean, being a bunny has its
would
benefits.
probably eat a rabbit. Yeah, he says also Gonquil says, before we go, I would assume that there's a very good chance this place actually is haunted. This place that they're talking about. At least be prepared for it.
Yeah, I'm not doubting that it's haunted. But I bet there's something there that we need to check out.
Well, I don't know what to do about ghosts. I can't
Fortunately,
hurt them.
I cannot cast Death
You need
Ward.
to use magic.
Uh,
Need magic on ghosts. Everybody knows that.
uh-huh.
I don't think we have access to Death Ward. This could be ugly.
You don't need Death Ward.
We don't need Death Ward.
It's haunted. It's gonna have banshees.
Could.
I haven't seen a single elf
I
while
don't know
we're
about
here.
this level.
That's the
but,
perfect time to have a banshee. It's when there's no elves around. You least suspect it.
That's why there's no elves around. Haha.
They all died.
I think I actually I definitely have like strongly considered putting a banshee in this campaign. I will say that much.
I mean, you
Yeah.
should. Everyone loves
I mean,
banshees.
It's our favorite. And I just need to come up with a really convoluted backstory too,
Exactly.
and make sure that like
oh,
that
like it was a random painter for the boss.
yeah, but I need to like
Yeah.
make sure that there's a way you guys can get that information. That's the one thing I need to make sure I do better than Paizo did there, so that it's not like one of those things like I don't know how you would ever find this out kind of thing.
Have a conversation with the banshee. Duh.
Are you saying that they didn't put in enough effort to explain why the banshee was there?
Uh,
Because it
I
seemed
mean,
like
there was
I'm
like
not-
2 or 3 paragraphs.
they
But yeah.
used 200% of their effort explaining that.
they used 200% of it, but they didn't. I don't think they explained it in a way that the PCs had access to. Like we just learned that
Yeah,
from
no.
like hearing about why it was there from Secret, and they did put a lot of effort into it, but they didn't put a lot of effort into making it a story that the PCs could get without like an extraordinary amount of effort. Like you'd need like a high level like retro
Was
cognition
the
skill
was
or
the
something.
occultist a thing back then?
I don't think
in
it
that-
was back when Mummy's Mask came out. I'm pretty sure that was well before the occult like rule book had come out. Mummy's Mask is a fairly old AP.
Yeah, it's... Mhm.
I am glad that my my friend Liz did play an occultist for the time that she was in Strange Aeons, because there was a lot of details I couldn't have given you guys if she didn't have retrocognition.
Yeah, retrocognition's a really cool spell.
It's cool if you have a cool DM,
Well, yeah, that's like
like all divination spells
any divination spells like
or
that. Like I
illusion.
remember I've listened to like some actual plays where it's like it feels like that's like the two types of DMs. There's the DM that likes divination spells and always wants to give you cool information, and then there's one that hates it. Every time you cast it, they try to find a way for it to not do anything.
I
Like
mean, I'm
they
not fond of it, but you know, I will do if you do.
yeah. Like I don't know. There's one for the one that does the GM for glass cannons is like so many times where he'll just be like, "Oh, it doesn't work. It sees into the really like you." One of the time they used a spell that had like insect scouts or whatever, and he just like gave them like the most useless information, like describing what the bugs saw. He's like, "They're bugs. They can't make anything out," which I mean, fair enough. But
You don't have the sight of a bug, so you don't understand what you're seeing.
yeah,
Well, another spell that kind of gets me like that too is like speak with animals and speak with plants. Like a
oh
lot of the
yeah,
time, it's like, well, this would probably be a good time, and they're like, what does the plant say? It says nothing because it's never talked to anybody before, and it just wants sunlight and water.
Can
I
you give me
love
water?
I love that spell though because like you just make. I mean, like the tree will say like really stupid stuff sometimes because it's a tree, but like I don't know. I love that. Like some like some of the stuff that they'd be like talking about, you know.
You can ask it things though, like has anybody passed by recently? You
Oh
know?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's the intention of it, obviously. But
yeah.
yeah,
Well, okay, so like since Baldur's Gate 3 has come out, the way I want to approach this as a DM whenever I get the chance is to like I want the animals or whatever the hell you're speaking to, like I want them to understand what you want and not just have it be like a literal conversation with an animal or a plant, because like all the things that you can talk with in Baldur's Gate 3 are incredibly verbose,
hmm
and it just makes it much better. It makes those spells so much better. Like they're like become feel good spells, and I want my players to like have those experiences where it's not just like, oh, I better not even cast this spell because like it's gonna tell me nothing.
it's funny because when I played Baldur's Gate, actually, I knew right away that to be able to speak with animals was going to be good because it was good in Divinity.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they probably did it right on in Baldur's Gate as well.
Yeah, Pathfinder was like, no, we're just not even gonna have this spell at all. Nope. Nope.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, to be
like
fair, like very different game.
yeah I like the rules implementation that they did for like in generally for like the combat in the Pathfinder Wrath of Righteous. Like, but yeah, it definitely isn't as like adaptive as Baldur's Gate is. Anyway, so yeah, after you guys search around in here, getting us back a little on track here, it's about and after um the three of them teleport away, it's about noon right now.
Man, only noon.
Yeah, you guys came here in the morning, so
Should we just go straight to Ghostville?
I kind of want to. I haven't really used much of my spells.
I mean, to be fair, neither really have I.
I
I
think
just
you would
used
mostly use exhumables.
beads.
Yeah, the beads.
Yeah. And like a couple of rounds of performance. Next time
Yeah,
we get
why
back to
not?
town, I need a new necklace. Mine's not as shiny
Oh,
as it was
fireballs?
before. Yeah.
Those were some good fireballs though.
I think I had used quite a few spells. Let me see. not awful. I've used 3 of my 4 fourth level spells as the main thing. And I've used 4 out of the 7 of my 3rd level spells. So I've used a decent bit. But I'd be down to keep going. To visit the spooky place now.
Okay.
Did it indicate like where it is? Like
It
it's said
said,
in words, but like do we know where it is? Like how to get there?
I don't think so. It just said, do not go to those ruins in the east.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
not the east, the
In
west, sorry, in the west.
Okay.
But we're gonna have to search basically.
I mean, you know that the west is like the end of the like you guys have been moving west the entire time to get to this fort, and further west you go, the narrower the valley gets. So presumably, maybe it's
Oh,
what the end of the
okay.
valley is. Like
That's convenient.
we're at the
Okay.
point now where like it's narrowed down quite a bit. So you don't think you think it should probably be pretty easy to get to.
Okay. Yep, I'm down to go.
Okay. Man, I
Mm-hmm.
do wish I could add force damage to my weapon arcane. Although, I don't really need it.
I'm not sure I have too much useful against ghosts though. Haunted things.
I have a feature actually that makes me very effective against corporeal. Because let's see, we're 8th level, right? S- Blade.
Yeah, I'm not super handy against ghosts either, but I can make Shazra better.
Oh, you can? How?
I can haste you.
Oh, okay, the normal stuff. Yeah. No, that's all
Anybody
good.
have ghost touch?
No.
So I don't have ghost touch, but here's what I can do. My black blade has 2 arcana points, and as a swift action, or no, as a free action, I can spend 2 points from my black blade's arcane pool to have it deal force damage instead of normal weapon damage for a whole round.
Hmm. That's not too bad. Force damage is kind of the same as ghost touch.
Yep, it turns all of the weapon damage into force damage or
Yeah.
sonic damage. Which
I
means
cast
I
the
can
none
critical
button.
them.
Yeah. Oh, I remember if you remember my Magus and Strange Aeons, I would almost always prepare Force Sword.
Force sword, yeah.
Yeah, and then every time we fight a ghost, like, up, I always prepare this spell, pull out a Force Sword, hit
Yeah,
him.
force sword isn't really a very good option for me.
No, because you're a Black Blade Magus, and I wasn't. So it was a great option for me.
Yeah. But
Also,
yep,
in some
I have.
situations, I could use it as sort of like having quick draw because I could just spell combat, cast it, and then immediately start attacking with it.
Yeah, I also just have some force spells on hand. I've got magic missiles. I have force punch, one of my favorite 3rd level spells.
Yeah, magic missile's like the only thing I have that's like actually good.
Yeah, see, there you go. You're fine. Who knows? We may not even run up against any ghosts.
Yeah, definitely not.
It could happen.
Okay, so you guys making your way west then?
Yeah.
Making my
Yup.
way downtown.
So yeah, you guys are going. Elevation is like kind of steadily going up as you go. The valley is narrowing in, and you have to travel this way for a couple hours.
Ow!
But
My
mhm,
goodness.
but eventually you see a what looks like it's a sign, um, like kind of pounded into the ground,
Oh goodness. What does this one say?
and the sign says, "Turn back, danger, haunted temple."
Let's go inside. Or let's continue on our path.
Okay.
We don't heed the sign's warning. It's not for us.
And you eventually spot what does in fact look like a ruined temple, kind of nestled up against the edge of a cliff on the edge of this valley.
Oh, it's just right there already?
Hmm.
Huh. Well, if
And
we've
yeah,
been
it
traveling for hours, what time is it now? Is it like getting close to evening?
it'd be about like 2:30 or so.
Oh, okay, it's not that bad. All
Yeah.
right, well, I mean, I'm game to explore this place if you guys are.
Some of your 8 hours spells might be close to being up.
Yeah,
I
my freedom of
had
movement's off,
mage
so
armor on. Is that's 8 hours? Is that expiring?
Um, did you cast it at the beginning of the day before you guys left your camp, or did you cast it
No, I
before?
cast it. I cast it as the initiative,
Okay, then
basically
yours
started
is
the
probably
battle.
still up. If you cast something during like before you guys even left camp, that stuff would have fallen off. But stuff you casted there, you probably have a couple. Like if you waited until you guys got into battle or right before going up to the fortress, you probably still have like an hour or two left.
Yeah, I took a few turns to like buff myself, and then I birded.
Hmm.
what
So
are
yeah,
we
you guys can
working
all roll
on?
a perception check as well.
Perception check.
I'm gonna reapply freedom of movement to
Perception.
myself.
Okay.
Yourself.
Perception. Yep, that's my last 4th level spell too. But it's extended, so hopefully it'll last a while. False Life I cast myself at the beginning of the play, so I think it's still fine.
Oh, whoops.
I reapply mage armor too, just so I don't
Okay.
have issues.
Vander, you do notice a that like you kind of notice some very worn, like it's been worn down a lot, like sand has blown through over this, but you notice the very faint outline of what looks to be kind of a like a carving on the just above the door that you think maybe it indicates is maybe like a holy symbol, but it's very faded. You can't make out exactly what it is. It looks like it's kind of a circular shape. Um, but yeah, it's been so worn down. Maybe if you get closer and inspect it closer, you might be able to make out what it used to be, but you think it's probably unlikely. But maybe if you have some way to restore it as well, that could also. You think that there's like a very faint remnant of what that maybe would tell you what this temple used to be. Assuming it is a temple, that's what the sign claims that you guys passed.
Okay.
Could be a whatchamacallit. Just a warehouse for more of a Pedriarch's
Could be.
necromancy shenanigans.
Maybe it's not actually haunted and there's just a stomoy in it.
Maybe. Well, if you want to get up close, we can get up close together.
Want is a strong
Okay.
word, but okay, if you will keep me safe.
Okay. And kind of the this like kind of crumbling temple looks like it has like Like it's got like two kind of hemicircular like outcroppings, and what looks like to be the entrance is like uh between the two of those. Like you have to kind of go into a little bit of a corridor and some steps that lead up to it. It looks like what used to be some double doors, although the double doors seem to have long since rotted away, perhaps, or been destroyed and otherwise. Um, and there is cool air kind of blowing through that as you approach. Um,
So easy to just go inside.
and as you get closer, Vander, you are able to see then that do you have knowledge religion?
No.
Okay. You can kind of make out a little bit of the like you think that it has kind of like you think it maybe is supposed to be like kind of a like almost looks like a face but kind of misshapen a little bit.
Okay.
I might know.
Well, come and get a closer look. But
Okay, Efoot. Like you aren't able to make it out right away, but perhaps if you have um like a little bit of help from Vander, like kind of pointing out where the like faint remains of like engravings that used to be on this. You believe that is a ancient depiction of the god Grotus,
Oh.
who is the god of the end times.
So that's not the
Ooh.
first time we heard that. That's the ship with the coins or whatever, right? Isn't we thought was from Grotus?
what?
Oh wait, no, that's the other game.
Yeah, what are you talking about, Rabbit?
Haha, JK.
Yeah, that was Urgathoa.
This is. Oh, okay. Wait, where do we hear Grotus from? Last campaign.
Probably this campaign actually. Maybe not. There's some other places here. Grotus is like not
We
a
heard of
super uncommon.
Grotus in this campaign. I just can't quite remember where it was.
I don't
from.
remember much, or maybe I do.
No, you okay, so you do know as well that you technically have seen Grotus. When you guys were in the when you guys were in the astral plane, Grotus was like the moon basically that was always hanging in the sky over the spire of Pharasma, and you could pretty much see it no matter where you were at in the unless it was being blocked by like a physical object in line of sight. No matter where you are in it, you can always see it on the horizon, or such as it is. There's not really a horizon because it's like you know what I mean. Like you can always see it just hanging in the sky there.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Boopy though.
So if this is a temple of some god of end times, I don't know. This place might be a little endy. I don't know. Are you sure you want to come in here, Shazra?
I have a hunch that we're going to find something related to Patriarch.
Okay.
Think about it. It's a god that wants the end of everything else, probably including all other gods. That sounds very Patriarch coded to me.
You better be right.
I mean, I'm usually right.
Hmm.
I can't always be right. I'm not omniscient. I don't think I'd want to be. Too many fools have wished for infinite knowledge.
I wouldn't mind always being right.
I'm just saying, if you ever have a chance of making a wish, don't wish for all the knowledge in the world. It's it's not what you think it is.
Oh no. If I had wishes, I would wish for all the food I could ever eat.
I would also not wish for that, lest you be crushed by a mountain of food.
I'm okay with that.
I wanted to take a class in whatchamacallit, in wish crafting and stuff like that, but it was never fucking open.
Oh, yeah,
Very
Marcia can
popular.
grant wishes.
It was very popular. You had to wake up at the ass crack of dawn to get in for that class.
Standing in front of the door as well, you see it is mostly pretty dark in the through those rotted doors. You do see that there is an expansive looking hallway,
An
uh
expensive or expansive?
expansive, very large.
Okay.
But there are like debris lying about. It definitely looks like it has been abandoned for quite a long time. And yeah, there's not a whole lot of lighting in there, but there is some streaming in from above because there are spots on the ceiling that are open, like some like is and like that the ceiling broke there, and you see like debris from that ceiling littering the ground even.
Okay. But it's still, I mean, I can probably see everything because I have dark vision.
If you have dark vision, you can see into it quite a ways, but you don't see to the back of the of this temple. Like you see into it like quite a ways, but once it gets 60 feet in, that
Mhm.
it your vision closes off. But
Okay.
it looks like it expands back past 60 feet, I guess. So that's something. I guess Vander has low light vision, right? So
Yes.
yeah, he probably actually can see it better than you, or at least further in,
With his special eyes.
with his special eyes. Look with your special eyes. He sees it's about uh the opposite side um is like 80 feet back. It looks like as it goes up, like there's a couple spots where there's steps up, and it looks like there's kind of like an altar at the other end.
Ooh, altar.
Um, but otherwise, yeah, it looks empty. You don't really see anything else in there.
Nothing on the altar or
Nope. It does seem very quiet though.
eerily quiet.
Eerily quiet, especially for a like I mean you're in a desert anyway, so it's like not. But normally, been here like you'd hear like um at least some like you would think that there might be some wildlife in there perhaps normally, right? Because it's shaded and like maybe stuff would be like resting in there during you know right in the middle of the afternoon. Granted, it is during the fall, but I mean it's still September, so it's still probably pretty hot. But yeah, there's kind of definitely like probably a little bit of an eerie atmosphere to it. Do you venture in?
Well, if I can't see anything where I'm at with my dark vision, then I think I will.
Okay.
I'll follow, I suppose.
Define stuff.
I'm gonna cast dancing lights and place
Okay.
them in three
Not a
different
bad idea.
locations within the location,
Okay.
I'm
just
going
to
to
illuminate
cast.
it all.
Am I going to cast? I think I'm going to cast. I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm gonna cast Aura of the Unremarkable on Shazra.
Okay.
So I have
Eh,
no idea if this will work, but in my mind, maybe some spooky creature sees us and thinks it's not that big of a deal and doesn't like attack us.
But then we won't have an excuse for killing them back.
Well, it could. It's an idea at least.
No, I'm
It's
fine with
something.
that.
I don't know. It probably won't do
You can
anything, but you
definitely
never
do
know.
that.
Yeah, you never know. Might do something. I think it doesn't hurt us to try it. So that's what I do.
All right. So as you're walking in, it's lit up by the dancing lights, and you kind of have like this sensation, like the hairs on the back of your neck sticking up, and you hear like a voice echoing through these halls.
Oh.
I don't believe any of you understand it, though.
Is it
It
Goblin?
is it is a foreign language. You guys have all your languages on your character sheets?
I think I
Yeah.
do.
Yes.
So,
I have some weird ones, so you never know.
let's see. Where is that? Where is languages?
Some summary? Maybe? No, I don't know.
It's not biography. Skills, maybe?
Oh,
No.
attributes.
Attributes, yeah.
And
Okay.
attributes.
Languages.
Yeah, they should be all there. Aslanti, Draconic, Elven, Common, Infernal. That's what I speak.
Okay. Um. Yeah. What do? You hear like this voice. It sounds like a kind of like it does sound like a feminine voice, and it's speaking in a language you don't understand. If you do have knowledge, if you have linguistics, you can attempt to roll a knowledge linguistics or knowledge, or not knowledge linguistics, just linguistics, I guess, or a knowledge history at a higher DC. If you don't have
I
that,
do not have either of, and I don't have either.
anybody else knowledge history or linguistics?
Oh, I do have history, but it's bad.
Okay, go ahead and roll it. Okay, none of you know what this voice is saying. What do you do though?
And it's just it's
You don't.
coming from a direction, or we
You
just hear
can't
it.
tell. Currently, you just hear it. It's echoing through the
I asked my
halls.
sword if the sword recognizes that
Ooh.
language.
Um,
Eisenroll, are you hearing this shit?
let me see if Eisenroll. Does Eisenroll get any like bonus languages or anything like that, or is he just like stats wise?
I mean, as far as stats, it has certain stats because
I know he
it's like
has like I know he speaks Aslanti. But this is not Aslanti. But I don't think he speaks this language.
no, okay.
Oh, I can speak Aslanti to your sword.
No, you can't speak.
Oh.
You have to be me, and I doubt he would give you the time of day.
I mean, he doesn't have a pocket watch, so I doubt it as well.
All right, so what do you do? Do you continue moving? Do you just stop?
I mean, I draw my sword,
Okay.
and I will continue moving just in case.
I'll cast Detect Magic and kind of point it around for a few rounds just to see if I find any magical auras within range.
All right,
Mostly like ahead of us, not
I'm gonna be
behind
pulling
us.
you guys to a map here.
I've got mage armor up. It technically works against ghosts.
Mage armor does work against ghosts, actually.
It sure does.
All right, I'm pulling you to a map. As you're moving, you kind of get to the first steps that lead up to like a little like uprising on the temple. Um, someone kind of like you see this woman, this incorporeal woman
Oh, we did get a ghost.
emerge emerge from the floor,
All right.
and she points towards you, or perhaps even behind you, and speaks again in this language that you don't understand.
I try another language like common,
Did she succeed at the will save?
Who knows?
and I say, "Speak more plainly, Spectre."
She furrows her brow and says something again that you don't understand.
Do none of you guys know any spells for
I
this
cannot help.
language?
I cast comprehend languages.
Oh,
Okay.
thank God.
Um. So now you understand when she says, "This will be your final warning.
No, she's warning us.
Leave now."
Okay, we leave.
No, hold on. I hold
Okay,
Efoot's
I'll follow
shoulder.
Efoot. If Efoot's leaving, I follow Efoot.
Hold on, Efoot. Hold on. If you
She wants us to
understand,
leave.
I need you to translate here. I tell the ghost, "This goblin can understand you. Please say that whatever you are trying to warn us, say it again. But we are here because we need to stop an insane dragon trying to destroy all the gods," which is, again, insane.
I try to mime for him.
Um. Okay. Go ahead and roll a bluff to try to pass a decoded message along, I guess.
I don't know, I could try Draconic. Maybe she speaks
I'm
Draconic.
gonna ask, do you speak this language? In every language I know.
Okay. Let's see. What
I am
languages do you
expert
know here?
mimer.
Aklo, Aslanti, Celestial, Elven, Inferno, Osiriani, Sylvan, Thessalonian, Common.
No Draconic?
No Draconic.
Goodness. You don't even know the language of magic.
I don't need the language of magic. I'm a psychic caster.
Ugh. I don't know if that's worse than being a sorcerer.
Okay, so she's kind of looking at what Efoot's trying to mime,
Oh.
and when Billy speaks in Aklo, she turns over
A rabbit.
towards the rabbit
Oh gosh.
and says in Aklo, "This is a holy temple of the Lord Grotus.
Oh,
You are not of the faith of Grotus."
I will translate to the party what she says.
Tell this spirit that we're here to find out if a dragon named Pedriarch has been meddling with things here.
Okay, I'll say that. I'll
Okay,
add that he's a crazy
roll
dragon.
a diplomacy check.
I feel like a lot of pressure is on me here.
Just roll good.
Hey, it's not bad for a 3 bonus.
When she
It might
hears the
not work.
name Pedriarch, her face contorts with fury. Roll for initiative.
Oh, good job. Good job, Bunny Rabbit. What'd you do? Oh, wait, I totally heard that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Hmm. I tell
Oh
Shazra Bunny
boy.
Rabbit's pissing the ghost off. Okay.
I got a 2. I'm gonna be great. I mean, at least we found a common language.
Yes, but
So
now
I
we're
count that
rolling
as a win.
initiative.
Yeah, I'd say we won.
We will win. We will
Um,
win.
I still need Shazra's initiative.
Yeah, I'm rolling.
And then I guess I'll roll Razok's initiative.
What even is Aklo?
You
I
don't
think I
even.
took it because I've never had it before.
Oh my gosh.
It's a language that's used by like creatures that are kind of like Fae-like, but that live
It's
like
like dark.
underground and like yeah.
It's like Dark Fae kind of. It's like
Oh,
the.
okay.
It's like the evil version of Sylvan almost. I don't
I was
know.
trying to pull a
Not
Mantis
quite
here
that,
and
but
just
yeah, it's
pick
like a
some
lot
random
of.
stuff.
It's like a lot of the. A lot of like ancient, like old god kind
Alright.
of
A lot
stuff.
of spooky stuff.
So it actually was a perfect fit. Wow.
Yeah, it's also a good choice because it's a very ancient language, like it's a primordial language basically. So
It's also the first language I tried because I was going in alphabetical order when I was trying them. So the
okay,
ghost thinks I'm not stupid. Maybe.
maybe Ghost doesn't know that you don't actually know what the language is, though. You just know the language. You're like that. You're like that guy that won French Scrabble without actually speaking French.
What?
You didn't know that? There's a guy that memorized the French like dictionary to enter French Scrabble competition, and he won, but he doesn't
Wow.
actually speak any
He doesn't
French.
know what the words mean.
That's
he just...
Yeah, he
hilarious.
doesn't know what the words mean. He just memorized all of them.
That's so funny.
All right, Razok is going to like take us. He's just going to delay because I'm not going to have him do it. I don't want to play his character. Vander.
That's okay. You can just take the time.
Okay. Oh,
Show us how you've prepared for fighting a ghost Vander.
um, where's the- Are ghosts divine?
Not by default, but
This
they
one is
can
in
be.
Divine Temple, so it could
This
be.
one is a ghost in a divine temple who seems to be like yeah, there's a very high chance that she's like a priest, right?
Yeah.
Could be.
So and it does work against divine spellcasters. So if she is a divine spellcaster, then she would count for the bane.
Okay. I'm going to. Oh. I'm gonna delay until after E-foot.
Okay. Shazra?
I am going to. I'm gonna swift action. Put my usual pluses on my sword,
Okay.
and then I'm also going to. I don't think I need to throw off a force punch yet. I'll just mirror image myself. That should still work against a ghost.
Okay. 3 images.
Yep.
Anything else?
That's gonna be my turn.
Okay. E-foot.
I'm gonna start a performance about how the ghost told us to leave, but we're not gonna.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna cast haste on the party.
All right. It's the ghost's turn. She screams out. You all understand when she says the name Pedriarch, full of rage as she yells it.
Oh, she does know him.
I thought you were gonna do like a Wail of the Banshee or something. She screams
And
out.
that would have been pretty funny.
If she was a banshee, she would have not talked to us the way she did.
So I guess we are.
And but it seems like she is still angry at you as well for bringing up Pedriarch. And she is going to, you see her her face distorts, and it's almost as if her skin peels back, revealing bare flesh. And as she uh yeah as she does that as well, actually that's all she does really. She activates this ability. All right, Billy, I need you. Oh no, she's gonna do it. Yeah, Billy. So you need to roll a this I believe is a fortitude save. I need you to roll a fortitude save.
But like, hear me out. I see psychically. So is it really that scary?
Yes.
Okay. This is definitely not gonna go poorly. Fortitude. Fortitude is my worst save. It's not great.
All right, you take 16 damage, and
Does this come from my temp HP?
yes, if you have
Like
temp
that's
HP,
at
that goes
the
first. But
beginning of the
you also
fight.
take 3 charisma damage.
Ooh. What is happening? What happens if you hit 0 charisma, Pluto?
You go into a coma.
Okay.
All right, and it is your turn though.
Did Vander go?
Oh, Vander gets to go. That's right. I forgot he had delayed. All right, Vander, what would you like to do?
Sorry, what did Efoot do?
Efoot casts haste on everyone and
Okay.
started a performance.
Okay. All right, cool. I'm going to do magic weapons matter against ghosts?
Yes, they do.
Yes. So magic weapons, if your weapon is not magic, it will not hurt a ghost at all. If it is magic, it does half damage.
Okay. All right.
And of course, if you have ghost touch, it does full damage. Or if it is a force effect, also full
Okay.
damage.
Okay.
Although most force effects are subject to SR, so if she had SR, then
It, okay. Move, please. Okay. Um, I will. Like, I don't think this spell read or not spell. This read. Moves through. Is it? Yeah. Okay. Um, I'm going to acrobatics through her.
okay. So that's just first for CMD.
Yeah. Hold
And
on.
this would be before her turn technically, so it'd be first her flat-footed CFD.
Okay. Come on. My character's chugging.
Might be something to do with my connection. I'm not sure.
Okay, there we go. And still acrobatic.
Okay, that is definitely a successful acrobatics check.
Okay. And then I'm gonna use, my swift action to attack her.
Okay. Since it's incorporeal, your precision damage won't affect it unless you have ghost touch or a force weapon, though.
Okay.
But you do have
Mm,
a magic weapon, and you're using the Divinity Bane weapon or just your Elven.
I'm just gonna use my curve blade. It ends
Okay.
up being like the same damage.
Yeah, probably because of the bigger damage dice, especially with
Yeah.
Vital Strike.
Come on. There. Our attack. Not on. Okay. Good.
Okay. 24 versus her flat-footed AC will hit.
Okay.
Nice.
Because she's incorporeal, she takes half that damage. But you do hurt her,
Okay.
and that was just your swift action attack, right?
Yeah. So now I'm just doing a normal attack.
Okay.
That one gets vital strike. Or is vital strike? Vital strike isn't precision damage, right?
No, it's not. Your vital strike damage will work.
Okay.
It's sort of like precision in the fact that it doesn't multiply on a crit, but it's not actually precision damage. So I believe all of that damage is effective, but it only does half again because incorporeal. Okay, so you managed to hit her. On her turn, she still does the same thing that she was doing before, and then and then Billy on your turn. So yeah, that thing happens. In terms of what just happened, if you would like, you may roll a knowledge religion check.
Sure. This is also
Okay.
kind of like identifying what she is.
Yes, you realize that she is just a ghost, but like all ghosts, or like many ghosts, she has some unique abilities. You think this is a unique gaze attack that she has, basically. Um, Not all ghosts would have this, but she happens to have an ability where she has a gaze attack that does damage and charisma damage. So if you close your eyes or avert your gaze, you can avoid this. And if you'd
Okay.
like, you may share that with your allies now.
I will share that. And do I know would she be affected by like mind affecting stuff?
You know that she is immune to mind affecting as a ghost.
Ah, but she's intelligent. Silly.
Yeah, I know.
How unfair. Well, Pluto,
Um,
you know the classic. There's nothing I can do here. There's some stuff I get,
yeah.
but
Now,
nothing
you
to like.
also know that ghosts tend to keep all their abilities they had in life. So Um, you don't know what those are, but she probably has a lot of other abilities from that as well. In terms of just playing ghost abilities, you know for sure that all ghosts have a corrupting touch, which means that she will have a a touch attack that does damage that basically ages you in the form of physical damage that ignores most resistances
Wonderful.
as well. That's
I warned the party of her aging touch.
and her gaze
And
attack probably.
do I know can she use it in like subsequent rounds or is there like a cooldown?
But the gaze attack? No,
Yeah.
that's just on now.
Oh.
So
Oh.
going
So
forward,
okay, but
you
what
will
you're
have to
saying
make that
is
fortitude save every round if you aren't able to avert your gaze.
I can delay my turn indefinitely and never have to make a roll
No, I'd make you make your roll still.
at the end of the round or whatever.
I would make
Okay.
you make. I'd probably make you make the roll before you get the chance to delay if you're not averting
I
light.
see.
Like
Okay. Well, I'm going to
it's sort of like
wait.
how you can't like cheese your durations on performance by
Yeah.
just delaying indefinitely.
Hang on though. So did I have to wait till my initiative to knowledge religion what she was doing? I guess.
Yes,
Okay. So I definitely warned the party. I already had to look at her this round, so like mechanically, there's no point in me averting my gaze now.
that's true.
So I'm just gonna magic missile her,
Okay. And
and
I think even if you avert your gaze, you can still magic missile because you don't.
true, because it's
You
just
can still see them.
yeah.
Okay. Let me just make sure she doesn't have any spell resistance. I don't think she does. No. Okay. So all of that damage, because it's force damage, goes through.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I kind of want to like get out of even line of sight of her for now, like over here somewhere. Is that a
Okay.
wall where she
That
can't
is a
see me?
wall where she won't be able to. Yeah. You
Perfect.
guys do not have line of sight on each other through that.
I'm going here for now and hope she doesn't run through the wall at me because I said Patriarch once. But you never know.
Okay.
That's it.
Razok will back up. And I think that's all I'm going to have him do. Shazra, would you like to avert your gaze or.
No.
Okay, go ahead and roll a fortitude save. Okay. You do not take any charisma damage, and you only take 5 physical damage,
Okay.
as it is still painful to look at her.
Look at her. All
Hmm.
right. So I am going to I'm gonna cast. Let's see. If I move, no, if I cast a spell and then move, I can still deliver it as an
Yes.
attack.
Yes, you can.
All right. I'm gonna cast Forced Punch,
Okay.
and then I am going to move, and I'm gonna spell strike it, and deliver it through my weapon.
Okay.
So here comes one attack, full attack bonus. Ooh, it's a critical.
Hmm.
Ooh.
So here's the force punch, dude.
So the physical part of the attack cannot crit, but the spell
Crit.
can. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and have the spell be a crit.
All right. Let's the damage. Oh, it doesn't roll the damage.
Looks like it didn't.
Must
Oh,
not be configured.
oh. Yeah, I guess
So you
I'll
gonna
just
do
roll it myself.
16d4.
It's gonna be 16 4,
Dang, that's gonna have
and
such a
it
nice
gets
curve.
a save to negate this movement because it pushes them in a direction.
Okay. Let's see here. The half 13 is gonna be 6.
Quite a bit of damage.
Plus 39 force damage
Force punch.
and a fortitude save.
You have DC 17. I'm gonna give her a fortitude.
Okay, she makes the fortitude save.
All right.
At least I
I
think she has a
just
new
rolled the
target now.
damage.
All right, Efoot, do you avert your gaze or close your eyes or just
Oh.
deal with it?
Hmm.
I'll put it this way: my charisma went from 8 to 5. So
Does Bunny Rabbit know if I can stagger the creature?
I believe ghosts are immune to stagger.
Yeah. I'm gonna close my eyes.
if I can't see you, you can't see me.
I'm gonna continue my
Well,
performance.
maybe they're not. Let's see. Doesn't list. It's listing. There's a lot of stuff. I don't see specifically stagger in here. Is stagger considered mind affecting
I don't think so.
or like a stun? Is it?
No, it's
It might be
Pain
considered stun.
Sonic.
It's pain.
Yeah, Pain and Sonic is what the spell is.
They might be immune to.
It depends though, because if the spell gives a fortitude save to negate this, then any undead
Oh,
are
that's true too.
saves that don't
Yeah,
affect
it is
Unless it
objects.
also affects objects.
Okay. Yeah, I can't really do anything, so I'm just gonna close my eyes.
Hey, that's my line.
I'm gonna
Can't do it.
cower, but I'm gonna continue my performance.
Which it doesn't actually. It doesn't explicitly say force punch doesn't affect object or affects objects, but I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah,
So.
like I just pushed it.
Yeah.
I pushed the object.
So yeah, probably
I
I'd
don't know.
say.
It says creature touched.
Yeah, but I can push an object.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
I mean, the whole
ruling
point
that.
of it being a force spell is that it can work against ghosts. So
Yeah. All right. So what are you doing, Efoot?
I just continue my performance. I'm gonna take a total defense.
What are you doing in terms of your gaze? The gaze, though.
Oh, I was closing my eyes.
You're closing your eyes. Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, you're doing a like a verbal performance anyway. So
Yeah.
okay. All right, Vander. What about you? What are you doing about this gaze?
what do you do about the gaze?
I'm gonna
Are
avert.
you're gonna avert? Okay, so it's gonna be a 50-50 shot. So you can roll percentage. High is good for you.
I'm not avoiding the
Okay,
gaze.
you roll 64, so you managed to avert your gaze.
I'm
So,
facing the gaze head on.
no damage, no fortitude save needed, and so the only thing is your attacks will she'll get 20% concealment versus them. Although if you have blind fight, then that effectively is only like a 4% chance to matter.
Yeah,
No.
blind fight's pretty good.
Thought about it.
It's always a safe bet. Like you'll almost never not get use out of that.
I always like don't want to take it because feats are precious, but every time I do take it, I'm like, it always matters. Like
Yeah.
there's always there's I never like will go a campaign and be like, wow, I sure never used this. Unlike, for example, snatch arrows, I might never use snatch arrows.
Yeah.
I might get a gauntlet of arrow snatching and get to use it once in an entire campaign.
Or the one where like if you roll a 1, you can re-roll a save, and you only rolled 2s.
Oh yeah, that happens too. Good times.
Okay. Do I get any flint ghost?
Yes, you can flank ghosts, so
Okay.
you would get the +2. So yeah, even if you want to do like the acrobatics, it might make sense to do your attack first, with vital strike or something, or you could
Yeah.
just full round because you have haste. I don't know if that's better or not.
I don't. Haste
Probably,
doesn't give me an extra attack.
well, it doesn't if you vital strike and do the acrobatics thing. It just does if you full round. So I'm not sure.
Oh,
I'm
that's
not
why,
sure if
because I have
that's
vital strike on. That's right.
yeah. I'm not sure if that's like better or not because I guess maybe it theoretically is better if all three of your attacks hit. But the thing is your last attack and the full attack is at -5. So it might be
Yeah.
better just to do a vital strike plus another attack and have them both be at BAB.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Okay. So 28 hits, and she takes 11 damage. Okay, that beats her CMD.
Mm,
Her
okay.
CMD is actually not very good.
Just moving. Oh, you don't want to give me a flank?
Well, he needs to move through her square to trigger the swift
Oh, this
action attack
ability.
that he
Okay,
has.
Mhm.
Yeah,
interesting.
which normally would do precision damage, but unfortunately, he doesn't have a way to do that.
Yeah.
But um, okay, that will hit as well. Oh, there's no flank bonus anymore. Yeah, I was like, why is it too lower? Okay, so she is still up, but she takes half of that damage as well.
Okay.
All right, it's her turn. She is going to 5 foot step back. Do you have step
Oh,
up?
I'm gonna. Yeah, hell yeah, I do.
Okay.
Hell yeah, I do.
In that case, she is
I have
going.
step up, baby. I have what you call it too. I don't have step up and strike, but I have where is it? I have disruptive from my Magus
Okay.
stuff.
I had all that
Well,
step up and strike stuff in Mantis's game, and
she yells out in something that Efoot understands in
It's it's
the
that
language
JoJo
about.
shot, but of Shazar like stepping forward menacingly.
She yells out insolence, and she reaches out at you.
All right, you have a 1 in 4 chance of hitting me,
Oh yeah, because
unless
you got
I don't
mirror
care about
images.
damages. But we'll see.
Um, I don't think she has anything. Looks like this touch attack did not get configured correctly in the when I
You see,
imported the
I have a
stat block
very
in here, so I
specific
just got
set
to
of
roll it
skills. A set of
manually.
skills that make me a nightmare for people like you.
Okay, I'm assuming a 26 would hit your touch
Yes, that
AC
would hit me.
plus mage armor,
Yes.
but I need to roll a d4. Okay, she breaks an image.
All right.
dang, she's Madge.
All right, Billy, you're around the corner, so you don't have to worry about her gaze as long as you stay around the corner. If you do try to come out where you can see her, though, I will need you to make a decision.
Do I have to because magic missile can't miss or whatever, but I have to
You do
see her
have
to
to see
cast
her
it
You have
on
to
though.
her,
see
right?
her.
Yeah, you can do avert
Okay.
gaze and still hit her, which means you have 50% chance of having the gaze trigger on you, and then you can still shoot a magic missile.
I'm going
That's
to
basically
hope.
you're trying to like make sure you only look at her feet or like
Yeah, I'm gonna hope that I don't need to do anything, and I'm just gonna cast False Life on myself
Okay,
since she used up most of my temp HP just now.
you get 9 temp HP.
Oof.
All right, and then you just stay there.
Yes.
All right,
And this would replace the existing temp HP, right?
correct. Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't add to it. All right, Shazro, do you take on the gaze attack?
Hell yeah, I do.
Okay, go ahead and roll a fortitude save. Okay, so you're not going to take the charisma damage. You just take 5 damage again. But it is your turn.
All right, as a free action, I'm gonna have the sword use up its 2 arcane pool,
All right.
and I move my hand over my sword, and like it vanishes except for the hilt. But like when I swing it, you can see like a ghostly outline of it, but she can see it like more perfectly than anyone
Mm-hmm.
else. And I've never shown anyone this technique, so count yourself lucky to see it. And
All right.
I'm gonna full attack her with a spell combat with
She
all of
looks
my
at
weapon
you with
damage being force damage.
a lack of comprehension in her eyes, as she does not speak that language.
Yeah.
I
I
translate
speak Draconic, which
as a
sounds
free
a lot
action.
like Japanese. And it has like "Oh my wa moshinde
Oh,
you" in
okay.
there. All right, so
Alright,
here's
let's
the full
see.
attack, but there's gonna be an extra attack with Arcane Touch for another high.
Okay.
So if I hit haste
Yeah.
and full attack at -2 for spell
Yeah, wait,
combat.
did Vandir forget we had haste?
No, because
He
he
vital struck, but like,
vital strike's a standard action, so haste.
Ooh, I got 2 1s.
yeah, I'm
This is
just
not very
thinking that
good.
doing a normal full round with his swift action or can he not do that?
No.
Yeah, because
Or
he
you-
need the swift action only works if he acrobatics through their square.
But you
So he
could have
needs to
still
use
had 2 full BAB attacks with haste.
correct, but one of them wouldn't
But
have been
it
vital
wouldn't have had the
strike.
vital strike, yeah.
So that's
Okay.
that's
Alright,
what's
I
saying
does
see
the
the dilemma.
16 hit? That's the only one that has a
Okay.
chance of
the
hitting.
16 misses.
Alright,
Okay,
I'm
but you have one more
gonna
attack.
get my other attack with
Yeah.
whatchamacallit, I'm just gonna
Pluto,
Arcane
vital
Mark.
strike is bad. No one should ever take that feat.
You know that I'm actually a proponent of
I
vital
know.
strike being
I
underrated.
It's really good.
yeah.
Alright, come on,
Yeah, I
last
have Vital
attack.
Strike in my Wrath
26
game
does hit.
on a couple of characters.
Alright, we got one, you guys. We got one. I
Yay.
was really sure that this was going to lay into the ghost.
You
Well,
were trying to
she-
impress us.
She is still up.
This is a pretty impressive attack against a ghost. She probably got so like conscious of like how deadly this barrage was that she's actively trying to dodge the
Well,
attacks.
after you last round, she's like, "Oh my god, this guy can actually take me."
Yeah, hell yeah, I can.
All right, Efoot, do you continue keeping your eyes closed?
Yes.
All right. What would you like to do this turn?
I'm going to continue my performance and continue cowering.
Okay.
Oh, Efoot, if only you could see this.
All right, Vander.
Actually, you know what's funny is everyone is averting their gaze, so no one else gets to see this attack. It really
just
is
saw your foot
my
shuffle.
opponent.
Well, Vander probably sees it because he's just averting gaze. He's not actually keeping his eyes closed or hiding behind
Well,
a corner.
he's not seeing the
Right.
full effect.
Yeah.
Do I need to roll? I'll just roll that again. Whatever.
Okay. Yeah, you're good. You do not have to make a fortitude save.
All right. Rolling through her.
Okay. You beat her CMD. I think you auto pass her CMD actually. Just
Oh,
putting that out there. Her
okay.
CMD is 23, and you have a plus 25. So, all right. That hits, but she is still up. She has a decent amount of hit points. But you have another attack, right?
Yeah.
And this one will have a flank. Your next, actually, both of these have flanks.
Yeah. I already
'cause
had it.
Yeah. So you have you can do your vital strike one.
That
Okay.
one just
That one misses, unfortunately. Okay. Well, I think she is going to she is going to 5-foot step again, but this time she 5-foot steps into the floor.
Cower.
We're gonna stay in rounds, but I don't think there's unfortunately I don't think there's really any recourse for her doing that, right? Can't you do that actually though? Is that let me double check.
Oh, what now?
I was saying can she 5-foot step into the floor is kind of what I was saying she's gonna do, but
Yeah, she's
I think she
incorporeal.
can because she's incorporeal.
Ghosts can, but it involves them fully entering the ethereal plane.
Mm,
So like they effectively they completely phase out of the material.
yeah.
So like we can't see them or hurt them, and it kind of like vice versa.
Yeah. So she
Ghosts
can't.
have to be half in, half out to affect material
Yeah. So
beings.
she can't. She
She
can't
can't
do anything
touch us
offensive. Her
from the
gaze
floor.
also is not going to affect you for
Yeah,
all
Yeah.
but
that
I
as
mean,
well.
if the ghost is hurting, then yeah, like it would run away if it's intelligent, stuff like that.
All right, Billy, we are still going to be we're going to be in staying rounds for the moment. She
So
disappears.
yeah, I can't see her at all, right?
Can't see her.
Do I know? Could she hear me?
I believe you can. I'm not 100% sure. Can you hear? Let me check if you can
Yes.
hear from like if you're in the ethereal plane. Can you hear
Can
into
you
the
hear things on the
material?
material plane?
I
Yeah,
think so.
I believe you can. I know you can see into the material plane, but it's
I
like,
think so, but I think it's like distorted.
yeah,
It's not like
I feel like it's the
visually.
same way. That's definitely how it works for vision. I feel like it's the same way for sound as well. Like she can hear and see kind of like an echo of what's on the
Yeah.
material plane.
It's probably a penalty because she's also in the floor.
Yeah, that's true. So probably, I don't know. She might not. I mean, also you're keeping in mind you communicate with telepathy. She probably, if you're trying to speak and have her hear you, she probably won't.
Okay, I will say into the head of one of my allies what I want them to say out loud, and they just need to emulate the sounds as best they can.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say an Aklo to Vandir. Oh no, to Razak, because he's not here to say no. I don't do it. No, I'll do it in Vandir. I'll say in Vandir's head an Aklo. I'll say in common, like say this out loud. It's Aklo, and I'll say an Aklo. We hate Patriarch too. If we talked about it, we could have. That's too long. I'd say we hate Patriarch too. And Vader can do his best to replicate
Oh,
that.
this is gonna be like through the grapevine. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Do
You
I
wanna get
know it's Billy?
there's probably a check I'll have you do to see if you're able to like copy what he's telling you to say in a language you don't actually speak convincingly if you want to do that. Shazar, what'd you like to do this turn?
Well, it appears that the specter has retreated to me. I didn't see its whatchamacallit. Like it didn't like discorporate. So
Yeah.
I assume it fled. My sword returns to normal at the start of this turn, and I just ready an action to strike at it if I see it rematerialize.
Okay. Efoot.
Well, I don't know any different because I can't see. My eyes are still closed, and I continue my performance while in a total defense.
Okay. Although total defense doesn't do much while
Hey, she
blind.
doesn't know that.
Unless you have blind fight, I guess, then it actually does work. But
Listen, my fists are up, okay?
all right, Vander. Um, so you may use if you have like a if you have something like a perform,
Mm-hmm.
you can do that. Like if it's perform oratory or something like that. Otherwise, linguistics would work. Or
Mm,
you may do a bluff.
okay.
Okay, that's a good roll. All right, nothing happens that you can see right this moment. Billy, what do you do? What do you want to do?
What's the floor made out of in here? Is
Looks
it
like
stone?
it's a stone floor. Yep.
Okay. That actually stops me from doing a lot of things. Although I don't really want to piss the ghost off anymore right now though. So
I think you should get it back here.
I will move over to where, like, closer to where Shazra and Vandir are, and then I will ready in action to cast magic missile should the ghost reappear and be hostile to us.
Okay.
Yep.
Shazra, it's your turn. Your ready to action did not go off.
Nothing happening. Eh, that ghost is smart. It'll have retreated for now. I'll start moving.
Okay. You do see that there are sets of stairs that lead down over here. It looks like one side of it over here looks like the stairwell is collapsed
Oh,
near
okay.
the
So I should go
bottom.
over here.
This one looks like it has not collapsed yet, although it does look like the ceiling above it. It does have like there's debris on there that look like stuff has fallen on there, but so far it's still accessible.
Probably start heading down there.
Okay. So you kind of move over and check that one, and then come over here and
Yeah.
okay. Efoot.
Well, Shaw's were kind of said that it's gone or something like that, so I'm gonna let my performance linger.
Okay.
And I'm gonna open my
Okay.
and I'm gonna scurry forward up here and look around. I guess just basic looking around, not perception. Actually, I guess I could technically perception because I still have a standard. I'm gonna perception.
Okay. Vander, would you like to do anything? For its next turn. Before the priestess gets to go again.
I'm going to perception to try and locate any
Okay.
sound.
You don't hear anything yet. On its turn, it does reappear.
Oh.
Although her face is returned back to normal, and she says in Aklo, and Billy, are you close enough to see her from there even? You are, okay. So she says in Aklo, if you are truly enemies of Pedriarch, you do have you have no business here, but we may talk before you leave.
That's all I wanted in the first place, was to talk.
Oh, I look towards the specter and our
Those
rabbit.
Billy translate.
Well, he said something.
Not the initial part. No. I'll start translating once she said something useful.
Okay.
So I say, what is it that you wish to speak about?
I'll put my sword away for now.
And yeah, I motion or like tell the others, like, it's okay, we're just gonna talk for a minute.
I know of this Pedriarch. He has been in these halls before. I tried to drive him out as I've been trying to drive you out as well. But he was far stronger than I.
Yeah, he's a crazy big dragon. That's kind of the problem we're having, is trying to figure out how to stop him from destroying the gods, including yours, I assume.
I don't know what his goal was here because he destroyed this form before he did whatever it was that he was looking for.
It's talking about itself.
Yeah, she says,
Oh,
he destroyed my form before he ventured in and did whatever it was he was doing.
Oh, Pedriarch killed this
But,
uh,
person.
um,
Interesting.
yeah. All we're here for is information about Patriarch, and then we'll leave. Did you notice anything changed or was different when you came back in this form?
no. You seem to be misunderstanding. I died long before Pedriarch
Oh, okay.
showed his face here.
Oh, he destroyed your ghost.
Yeah, you would know
Form.
from your earlier knowledge religion that ghosts, when you destroy a ghost, they just rejuvenate within a
Mm-hmm.
couple days normally, unless you find a way to like put their spirit to rest, basically, or some other means. Like you can, if you have like some psychopomps that can like capture a ghost and like take them back to Pharasma that way. Like there's some other stuff you can do, but generally
Forcibly
speaking,
exercise the ghost.
yeah,
Yeah.
generally speaking, ghosts are very hard to permanently get rid of.
Okay, I'll tell the ghost. Let me converse with my friends and see if they have any ideas as to what may have wanted with the place, and then I'll talk to the party and say like basically what she told me. What do you think Patriarch would have wanted with this temple?
A
Well,
relic,
I
perhaps?
mean,
She said nothing was different, so I assume that means nothing was missing. But
A
I can't ask
prayer? I
that.
don't know. Info?
I'll ask the ghost. Were there any sort of powerful relics or any like powerful like prayers or spells that he could have
Oh yes,
acquired here?
there's a very powerful relic here.
Is it still here?
Yes.
really.
So maybe he couldn't find it, or maybe
Would
he's
you
just
mind
keeping
telling
it
me
here
what the
for
relic is, or is
like
that only for Grotus followers to know?
It is a very sacred site to my faith. One of the few doomsday doors.
oh, it's a door.
Do I
So you
know what
can't
that
just
is? Is
take
there
it.
like a knowledge?
You can roll knowledge religion. Yeah, so you know the doomsday doors are as she says, they are a number of portals that are sacred to the faith of Grotus and are supposed to be counting down to the end of days. And that supposedly, when the end of days come, they will all open and basically end that part, like end. Unleash a calamity on their part of the world. Um, you know, actually, that the most of the knowledge of this is actually from a group of pathfinders that also uncovered one in Varissia, in a place called the Moonsong Abbey. There's supposed to be about a dozen of them in total.
Only a dozen.
Hmm.
Seems like a very small and specific number of these.
Okay, I'll respond to the ghost. I know of these doomsday doors. That's a powerful relic indeed. Though I agree, I'm not sure what Patriarch would have wanted with it.
To confirm its location, I guess.
His
I
goal is
mean,
to, as
can
far
the
as I know, his
Doomsday
goal is
Door
to
be used for
kill the
anything
gods.
else?
Yeah, it could be used to like travel to the
Well,
domain of gods or something.
Billy does know that the last time, the most recent instance of them coming up, the pathfinders that they stopped a priest that was worshiping a Qiploth, and he was using the Doomsday Door to, rather than what its original purpose was for. He basically had like he was basically kind of redirecting it to bring his lord into the material plane. So you know that like with the right kind of like magic, you could theoretically corrupt it to open to like it's basically a giant portal, and you can alter its function with the right kinds of like rituals and things like that. It has been
There,
attempted before, and in fact, he had been partially successful in it.
Okay.
At least according to the Pathfinder like society journal that was released, uh, detailing the events of these particular Pathfinders who were in Versia, and I mean, see the AP Shattered Star that we played
mhm,
before. This should sound familiar to most of
yeah,
you
I was gonna say,
or
was
all of you.
this was something that we
I
did.
don't know if I remember exactly where the Doomsday Door, like what that was.
Yeah, it was the so do you remember the elf what was his name? It was Arden Thanatos or something. Arden
Yeah.
Thanatos. He
Yeah,
was like an elven cleric and in book 4 of Shattered Star. So that's he
that
basically was doing a ritual down there to open up the Doomsday Door, um,
I see.
and bring in his Qiploth lord that he was worshiping rather than what it's supposed to be used for. Um, I believe you guys convinced the priest that was guarding it, which was a mummy lord, to help you put a stop to it because you guys were like, well, he's not actually like.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
I think you
Yeah, yeah,
guys
yeah.
had convinced him that like he wasn't actually trying to like fulfill the will of Grotus. You guys had
Yeah, yeah,
uncovered
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
showing that he was doing the Qiploth Lord thing instead, and so he actually helped you fight him too.
Okay. Yes.
Well, I
Um,
don't know. Suggest to the spirit that there's something that Patriarch is doing with Door.
right. No, I'm kind of putting one and one together, and I'm like, I heard of this other story from the Pathfinder Society where this guy was trying to make the door be a portal to bring his lord into the material plane, and I wonder if Pedriarch is trying to do a similar thing, as change the portal to go to the plane of gods, which I assume I know what that is, but I, the player, don't know what that is.
Well, every god
They have a
generally
different
has
plane.
their own realm and like has,
So
but
so he's trying to point it to go to some realm of deities in order to, start slaying them. That would be my guess.
I did not detect any tampering on the Doomsday Door.
I assume you wouldn't let us inspect it ourselves.
Would you like to go ahead and roll a diplomacy check?
I'm so bad at this though. Okay.
That's the downside of being the only person that can
Yeah.
speak to her.
I mean, I
She says
can.
flatly, "No,
As I
Oh,
that
suspected.
I
you wouldn't." Yeah, she doesn't start attacking you, but she just says flatly, like,
Yeah.
"No, you may not inspect the Doomsday Door.
Very well. Well,
Not on
I'll
my watch, at
yeah.
least." I
I'll
mean, you guys can still fight her if you want.
we could. I'll talk to the party and see if they have
Um, I will
any thoughts.
say as well, though, before you guys decide if you do want to fight her or not, it does look like even though you had like her form was looking like it was starting to kind of like pull itself apart. It looks like since she reappeared, she looks as complete, in her ghostly form as she was when you first started fighting her, as if she had perhaps fully healed herself.
Cast the heal spell.
Well, it wouldn't have been the heal spell,
Oh,
Something
right.
with
She's a
negative
ghost.
energy.
but
The harm spell.
yeah, maybe the harm spell.
Yeah. The one other thing I'll ask her is, uh, you know, you have this grudge against Pedrick. We want to stop him from killing the gods. You don't want your god to die. Should the day or time come, do you think, could we call upon you to aid us in a fight against him? Or are you bound to this
I am
place?
I may not leave this place. I am its last guardian.
Very well. That makes sense.
I cannot leave unless a new guardian were to take my place. Therefore, I must stay here till the end of days.
If we happen to find another guardian of Grotus, we will let you know. We'll send them your way. And I'll talk to the party. Is
I
there
would be
anything else?
surprised if you were able to find someone worthy. All that have tried before have been unworthy and have fallen to madness. Such is the fate of most followers of Grotus.
Well, I was also surprised to find a crazy dragon trying to kill the gods, but here we are. You never know what you're going to run into. Party, anything else we want to talk to Spookby Ghost about?
I don't think so. I think we just need to keep doing our own research here. We may need the help of my uncle. We need to probe for information that is not easily
One
normal.
more question. Two more questions. What is your name? Spoopy Ghost.
Um,
Random name generator.
I actually think she tells you actually she has given up her name.
Or what shall we call you?
High Priestess of Grotus.
Hi, very well, High Priestess of Grotus. We are we're willing to leave. Though I will ask, if we find a true follower of Grotus, would they be permitted to inspect the, what's it called, the gateway
The
portal?
Doomsday Door.
Doomsday door, yeah.
Should you find a loyal subject of Grotus who is willing to take the test, then yes, you may send them my way.
Very well. Then we leave you and thank you for your service to your deity. It's a noble thing.
Is it though? She doesn't say that.
I'm being nice, okay?
Yeah.
Even though I obviously don't agree with the beliefs, I respect that this ghost is doing their duty and is
She
also willing to talk and not just fight.
she disappears from your view,
And I
but you
tell
get the
the
feeling that she's still watching you.
yeah, I tell the party we should leave sooner rather than later.
Yeah, we'll leave for now.
I'm down for that. I'm ready to leave.
Okay. I will say, by the way, you guys actually did almost take her out. She had like
Oh
Oh
two,
yeah.
yeah,
she had like 2 hit points when she ran
If I
away.
had if I
I
had like
figured.
hit
Yeah,
more of those attacks, I probably would have killed her on my turn.
Yeah, if you hit with one more attack, I think you would
but
have.
at the same time, it's like, okay, say we do take her out, she's going to come back. We have
Yeah.
some time here to look around, and
Yeah.
if her a devout follower of Grotus who's been here forever, for ages, hasn't noticed anything, what are the odds we're gonna notice something?
I have an occultist uncle.
You do. That is like, but he's not here, so it's like,
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
right. So my point is there's no point in doing it now because she's just gonna come back by the
No,
time.
that's fine. We
Yeah,
got some information. We found out that Pedriarch was here, which is why we have
that's
to
huge.
come back and do more prying.
Is that the plan for we're probably gonna wrap things up here
I
soon?
want to. I'm gonna suggest to my uncle, like, hey, we need to like
I want to
prognostication
talk to
this
them.
place.
I want to talk to them and see what they think, like what Gonkul and Laszlo think.
Mhm.
And I'll just have my spells prepared to deal with this ghost. I'll slap the shit out of her.
But yeah, we leave for now.
Okay.
I'll refine my techniques so that I hit more than one attack.
Yeah. Okay.
When I told her that she was already dead, I wasn't trying to be clever. That's just like fact.
Yeah,
She's already dead.
can't argue with that.
All right, yeah, we leave for now.
But also, if we find a true follower of Grotus, potentially they could get in and look.
Where are we gonna find one of those on a Thursday evening?
Don't know, but it's something. Or we can just fight, but
Followers
it,
of
it
Gritos
seems
don't just fall out of the sky, you know.
it seems a shame though, because like if Pedriarch is interested in this place and this guardian is willing to help us defend it, essentially it's the enemy of my enemy.
You guys know that you've met a follower of Grotus before in this campaign? This is
Yeah,
actually the
because
second.
we heard about Gritos from somewhere, somebody.
Yeah, this is the second priest of Grotus you've met, actually. The first one you met was in the very first session, session 0, basically, when you guys were on the boat going to Snakeblade.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He was the one that, like, talked to all of you, and I basically had him ask you guys all about your backstory.
Yeah.
And then
Now who
Weird.
knows where the hell he is?
What a coincidence. Probably in
um,
Snakeblade.
Is he living in Snakeblade?
no, actually, here's another I'll give you another freebie. You guys did hear as well that he, during that time when a bunch of people, like, because you remember you guys invited all the people from the Deadway Plane to get
Yeah.
back into Snakeblade, but when Goncool left for a while, it's because there was, like, some trouble there, and one of the consequences of that was some of the people that come from there had, like, left Snakeblade and, like, disappeared.
Yeah.
And he actually was one of the people that left with them. So he's not in Snakeblade anymore.
So he's just somewhere else.
Yep. He's
Hmm.
very likely he's where you Gonkul's theory is he left with the people there, and that they perhaps went to another portal, one of Pedriarch's and Aridel's, like, demiplanes that they had, because they were going. You guys closed several of the portals uh, that were there. Um, but yeah, that's not really exactly sure what happened there. Nobody, you guys haven't been back there to, like, investigate it yourself either. So
Yeah. It's a little out of the way.
yeah, I mean, you guys could, if you wanted to, you could ask Goncool to take some of you back there, but he doesn't have enough He's not
It
powerful to
looks
take
for
all
this
of you there.
specific guy.
Well, if you guys had went there, it probably wouldn't have been to look for him. I guess now maybe you could be like, let's see if that guy wants to come here.
I know, right?
But I figured before,
I don't think we need him.
yeah, I think more likely you guys would have wanted to go there if you wanted to, like, track down where all these guys went and see if, like, they went to, because they're like, hey, we just heard that Pedriarch's still around, and according to our legends, he was an ally of Aradel. We need to go join up with him.
Hmm.
I think that's what Gonquil has told you he thinks is what happened.
Probably, but it's so long ago.
Yeah, I know. Fortunately, I remember a
Yeah,
lot of this stuff because I made
you
it
wrote
all
it.
up.
Yeah.
I'm the one that made it up. Ah,
Oh man, this is getting spicy.
yeah. Hopefully, I think, like I said, I think this is about where we're gonna wrap it up. So,
Okay. Sounds fine.
are we all on board for pushing start time back to 6:30 instead of 7, since Secret Schedule is now, like, she getting off work earlier,
I'm fine with that.
just a half hour earlier, and then
That's fine with.
cool.
Yeah, I mean that's preferable to me, especially if we have a session that goes long.
Yeah,
Then I won't be like, ooh, I kind of need to go
because that would put
for
the
half
like
an
a
hour.
3 hour mark at 9:30 instead of 10 o'clock. So, but it's still, I found that I kind of liked a little bit, like, if when we were doing it 6 my time, a lot of times I'd get home and I'd have like 10 minutes before, so I kind of like having a little bit of extra time.
Yeah.
So I think 6:30 will work really nicely for that.
Just make sure it's updated on the calendar and maybe
Yeah, and I'll
let Grim
message
know.
Grim
Yeah.
as well and say, hey, our next session we're shooting for 6:30.
Okay, cool.
Okay, and I'm also going to give you guys some XP. I can end the combat here.
Heck yeah.
And reward you guys XP as though you
X
defeated the priestess in combat, because you kind of did.
did, yeah. Heck yeah.
Looks like that's not quite enough to level you guys up though yet.
Not quite.
Yeah,
Didn't we just level up though?
I demand another level.
I
Oh
think
my
you
God.
leveled up a couple sessions ago. So
Pluto, I'm curious. Did she come back because I had Vandir say what he said?
well, she was going to come back regardless, but that's why she was willing to talk with you.
Oh, okay.
And
Good job, Vandir.
he rolled pretty good on that bluff check too. Like if he, I don't know, I'd kind of set the DC on that as 25, and he rolled a 26. So I'm like, all right, cool.
I was just like, Grim's not here. The freaking Chazra's been absolutely decimating this ghost, so I doubt she's gonna listen to him.
Yeah,
I'll decimate
I
her
can only
again.
speak psychically, so it's like, okay, well, it's Vandir or the plant.
I think there's also a
And
good
Ifrit,
chance that
hadn't
if you
done
had
that much.
told Shazra to do that, he'd just been like, "No, I don't need to do that."
That too. I was also like,
Absolutely, yes.
also
him.
part of it was meta, like which player will do it. I'm like, I bet Rod will do it. It worked out because we got to have this cool ghost talk.
Efoot might have done it too.
Maybe.
Actually,
Maybe, yeah. I think
might have even been better at it because I think Efoot has perform oratory, right?
Yes.
Yeah, which she would have been able to use that in place of, because that was one of the options I gave. I was like bluff, perform oratory, or um, linguistics.
Ifrit was singing and hiding in the back, like, kind of near me. So I was like, maybe
Yeah,
we
yeah.
want someone brave boy.
Somehow me saying we should go is inspiring you guys to stay.
You were singing the like brave Sir Robin bravely ran away.
Oh, brave Sir Robin.
Oh, okay. Next game in 2 weeks.
That's right.
Game on Sunday.
Yes.
I need to look.
Yes.
It would be kind of funny to have a character that it's a bard that has leadership, that you just have like a bunch of like shitty like dudes as your cohorts, and you sing about them, but like they're all like severely underleveled for the situation, so you don't help them, you just sing about how they run from every conflict.